right. All right, going to see if anyone even comes up in here. Home. As I finish my little bit of breakfast left. But anyway, we can get to it a little early. I just kind of want to respond to something that a lot of people say, and I think I spoke about this before, but I'll do it again because it's definitely on my mind. Today I just finished watching it wasn't first 48 hours, but it's like that. I forgot what it was called. But it was about these two black guys, and it's not a racial thing. I'm just painting the picture for you. These two black guys like meet up with this drunk white girl, like at random. The white girl is really into both of them, or at least one, because he's definitely into the one with like green eyes or whatever, right? There's like a light skinned black guy with like green gray eyes, and he looks fairly tall, whatnot. And so like she got her arm around him, he has his arm around her, and they're going to her hotel, like she's bringing them. And they go to the hotel, and instead of just having a really good time, the dudes murder, rob, and rape her, and then just leave and start spending money on her credit card. Crazy, right? What's going on, PBO? What's up, fam? Do you speak any other languages besides Russian? Not really. All right, what's up, Bishop? So, and the first thing I said to myself was, man, like, why would he do that? Like the dude, the one I knew she liked, like the light skinned one with the green eyes, like, why would you do that? The girl likes you. She's bringing you to her hotel. Why would you do that to her? Like for what? You already have her. Like, what's the point? But now that I thought about it a little more, it could have really just been about money. It could have been a money thing. Maybe they're like really broke or something. Another possibility I think those two dudes possibly were involved with each other. They never really cared about the girl. They just used her to get money. And all this took place. Here's the two things that were strange, right? Here's the two things that were strange. Yeah, that's the one. Of an overdose, right? That's the one with the overdose. But here's what's strange about it. How many... I can't keep using the word... All right, I'm going to say grape. How many grape incidences do you know where the whole thing takes place within a half hour with more than one man? A half hour and then they split. A half hour from the entrance to the door till the exit. A half hour? I don't think they were really interested in that woman in a sexual way. Because usually dudes take their time and they enjoy. They were in there for a half hour. So that doesn't even mean like they were having sex with her for a half hour. The whole thing took place in a half hour and there's two dudes. I'm thinking like they didn't really have any sexual interest in her. And the second thing was they literally found a condom. A condom. How many dudes you know drape a girl and use a condom? And you can't say it's because they're trying to like not get identified or whatever. They walked in on camera. And they used the condom, and from entrance to the door to exit to the door was a half hour. They weren't sexually interested in that girl. That was a robbery. Maybe one guy tried raping her, didn't like it. That wasn't your typical grape. That's all I'm saying. That was like robbery. That was the main objective of doing what they did to this girl. And I think those two guys were involved with each other. Because that one guy was like really good looking, green eyes and all this stuff. And like, that was just weird. It was the weirdest grape case I've ever seen in my life. Because when it was like 30 minutes from entrance to exit, I'm like, 30 minutes? That sounds weird with two guys. Anyway, let me see. She overdosed and they freaked out and left instead of calling the cops. Bro, if they freaked out and left like they cared instead of calling the cops, why were they using her credit card the next day? They didn't give a damn about that girl. They were using her credit card the next day. They were using her credit card. They didn't freak out. They were like, let's get what we... And what's the condom out for then if they freaked out? They were probably... They could probably been looking for a sugar mama. Like, I don't know. They could have been looking for a sugar mama, but they didn't care about this woman. Maybe they didn't drug her, but all I'm saying is the sex was not the main focus of it wasn't like a grape case. I think it was robbery. Because if you do it, if she's sound of mind, not sound, but she was drunk as fuck. Remember, all this took place within 30 minutes of walking in the door. So that it's not like as soon as they walk in, they start having sex. As soon as they walk in, maybe they're communicating, maybe they're taking more shots, maybe they're doing more drugs, but a complete 30 minutes from entrance to exit, that means this all happened really, really, really fast. Really, really, really fast. And so I think they were just after her money. Now, I don't know if they wanted to kill her in order to get the money, but the point is, soon as she was out, soon as she was dead, they were gone. They were gone. They didn't care about her body, nothing. They were gone. That's what they were there for, the money. And they got the money, started spending it. The next day, they were gone. They don't give a fuck about no cops. Because if they did, they wouldn't spend a credit card on camera. They did that shit on camera. I don't think people realize how many cameras there are everywhere you go in today's day and age, like with technology. They dumbasses. I agree with you, but all I'm saying is I don't think it was sexual. I don't think they had any sexual interest in this woman from the get-go. Because it just seemed weird to me. Like, why would a good-looking guy want to murder this girl in the first place where he could get it for free? He could have probably even got it from her, like money from her, by just asking. And keep in mind, they were in her hotel room. So what's the point of murdering her? What's the point of graping her? It just seemed weird. So to me, it doesn't seem like a grape case. It seems like a robbery that could have went wrong. Or maybe a spontaneous robbery when these guys were just maybe trying to get some money out of her drunk ass in the first place. Because remember, like, when the average straight guy's with a drunk girl, he's hoping he could get some. When an average woman is with a drunk guy, what is she hoping for? She could get some money out this motherfucker, right? All right, so if they're gay dudes and they're with a woman and she's drunk and she likes them, their goal is probably, yo, we could get some money out this chick. Like, that's the goal. I don't think the goal was sex. It would have been much longer than 30 minutes from entrance to exit if they were trying to rape her. Would have been much longer. These motherfuckers were going with her credit cards soon as she passed out. They were ghosts. They didn't give a hell about her. They didn't care. And why would a good-looking guy have to, a light-skinned black dude with green eyes, why would he have to rape a chick? And they don't show what she looked like. I don't think she was a real good-looking girl in the first place. They have low impulses. It could have been something as simple as she said something that pissed them off. Yeah, I thought about that too, but I would think it could be monetarily, so maybe... All right, let's just think about this. This is 30 minutes from entrance to exit. So what could they have said as soon as they walk in that could have set them off, like, hey, can we have some money or something? Like, can we borrow like $1? I don't know. I don't know, but I could understand sexually. Yeah, 30 minutes in and out from entrance to exit. Understandable if they're like, yeah, we want to hit. And she's like, no, they could have went crazy. And yeah, been spontaneous and murdered her. But since it was so fast, and there's a condom on the floor, and these dudes were out soon as she was out, I don't think sex was the motivator. It's too fast. And she liked them. Keep in mind, she liked them. She brought them there. So I'm thinking there's a 90% chance he's trying to get rammed in. So what could have set them off? I don't know, it was just weird. I gotta go. Maybe there's some courtroom footage on that, because I gotta know what they said happened. Like, we just wanted to hang out with her. We're trying to get some money. She said no, so we murked her. We weren't into this girl at all sexually. She thought we were. We just wanted to get some cash, and then we went home and got buns from each other. I don't know, but that was just the weirdest grape case I've ever seen. It's the weirdest one ever, because nothing made sense. If anyone has the name of that case, it'll be awesome if you could put it here. I've got the name, but that shit had me confused as fuck. But I forgot to get to the whole point of me talking about this case. I'm so into the situation, I forgot to mention why I'm making this live. As I was watching it, I end up saying what's going down. I end up saying something that a lot of people say, but I typically don't say because it doesn't really make any sense. The first thing I said when I saw his picture was, damn, if I was this dude, I wouldn't have done that. That's the first thing I said. And then it reminded me of all the times I've heard people say, like, if I was this or if I was that, and I always shut them down. I had to shut myself down. Now, here's what I mean by if I were this and if I were that. So, in a manosphere, or whatever the fuck you call it, an incel world, whatever the hell, a lot of them would like to say, if I were a hot chick, I would just open OnlyFans and I would have money. I wouldn't have to worry about nothing monetarily, which makes absolutely no sense and is completely not true. And here's why. No matter who you are in the world, and if I'm wrong, correct me. No matter who you are in the world, there is somebody on this planet who would look at you and say, if I were this person, I would be in really good shape. I'd be a millionaire. No matter who you are, let me explain. There are people in wheelchairs that would look at you, any normal bipedal person who can walk, run, whatever. And there's lots of people on the planet in a wheelchair who would look at you from their wheelchair and say, if I were that person, I'd be running every day. If I were that person, I'd be working out. If I were that person, I'd be in shape. If I were that person, I'd be showing off my legs. I'd have muscular legs, not short. If I were that person. So here's my thing. If you're one of the people who say, if I was this, I'd be doing so great. Why aren't you doing great as the person you are now? It doesn't make sense. If you feel you'd be great if you were this hot chick, why are you not at least average for the person you are now? Especially if you're not even average, if you're making below average income for your age group, why in the world would you think you'd be better as somebody else when you can't even take advantage of yourself? And to me, I think when people say things like that, including myself, I almost said it to myself. But I'll explain the difference why with me it's a little different. But what makes you think that you being that type of person, you're going to appreciate yourself when you don't appreciate yourself all fucking ready? You don't appreciate where you were born. Being an American, you have so many advantages, especially when you have a passport. You don't take advantage of having two or even one parent. You don't take advantage of getting an education. You don't take advantage of getting a decent job. You don't take advantage of your free time and do things to help build your future instead of having fun all the fucking time. But yet you think if you were someone else, you take advantage of yourself. It's not in your character to take advantage of yourself. All you would be is another version of yourself in a hot body. So what I mean, if you're one of those people, oh, if I was a hot chick, no, you wouldn't be better. You'd be an attractive chick who was probably attractive in her 20s and mid-20s, probably had babies with some loser guys, because you didn't take the time out to really take care of yourself and vet the people. Basically, if you don't take your life seriously now, you're not going to take your life seriously then. There's tons of hot chicks who end up doing things that they regret. Getting into the porn industry, getting nowhere, getting no money, and they're getting fucked on camera all the time, didn't make any good money from it, and now it's hard for them to find a real man. Getting pregnant and having babies early. Getting no good guys. That would probably be you. Just like you are on the level of men, you'd be that on the level of attractive women based on your character. And that's something people don't think about. They're trying to transfer. What they do is they say, if I was this, I'd be better because you have an advantage there. But what they don't say is, I don't take advantage of myself, and if I transfer my character to that person, it would be the same fucking shit. It would be the same shit. It's like, I was watching an episode of 48 Hours, right? Shut up, you're black. Do I have to ban this guy? Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can ban people. Let's see. Add as moderator. Okay, let me see. What do I put? Hate speech. I'm reporting him for hate speech. Okay, hope they get rid of him. All right, so it's not that easy. You are an exceptional person who has been able to build his own business. The majority of men will never have the skills required. Most have shitty jobs. I'll get to that in a second. But I don't know how to get rid of annoying people who say and do stupid shit. Hold on, I'm trying to figure it out. I gotta remove one at a time? I don't want to remove one at a time. That sucks. There's no other way to, like, deal with it? Oh, they gotta fix this. Oh, they gotta fix this. I gotta report every comment? That's crazy. Alright, guys, sorry. I'm gonna have to cut off comments because this dude over here is just going on and on. I don't know who the fuck that is. Well, I'll try to weed through the comments. I'll just weed through it now. Just ignore them. But anyway, you say it's not that easy. It's not supposed to be easy. That's the point. A lot of these incels and dudes who don't do shit think shit's supposed to be easy. It's not. That's the point, especially when you're a man. It's not supposed to be easy. So when people say it's not easy, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to get out there and take the hits to provide for yourself, your family, and the people you love around you. It's not supposed to be easy, so cut that off. So when they say things like able to build your own business, you don't need to build your own business to be successful. You can easily get an education, pay attention in school, get a good job, pay off your debts, focus in life, take care of yourself, so you're not somebody who's overweight, getting heart disease, and then complaining about universal health care. And odds are you'll be fine. And when you have a lot of these things, and especially when you do good things in your free time, you can end up doing a lot of things that will give you access to more women than you would have if you didn't do it. Like I always say, there's a lot of guys who are in a certain fields that help them meet women. Yoga. Fucking, yesterday I learned that, what's the name of one of the most famous quarterbacks? Recent years. What the fuck's this guy's name? His wife left him for a yoga instructor. Who was it? His wife left him for a yoga instructor. He's like one of the most famous quarterbacks ever. Somebody please give me the name because I really gotta go in on this. Brady, yeah, Tom Brady. Thank you. So, Tom Brady, my man, one of the greatest men to ever live. A lot of money, good looking, top athlete. His wife left him for a dude who was her jiu-jitsu instructor and shared the same passion as her in jiu-jitsu. That is insane. And this dude's not worth even a tenth of what Brady is worth. But she left for that passion. That is, and we don't know what Tom Brady was doing on the side. We don't know. But I'm saying you got to get into things where women are. All right, God damn it, I got to keep deleting all this weird shit. They gotta fix this. Oh, here it is. I found the hide user on this channel. Okay, I got it. Sorry, guys, I fixed it. Not saying you didn't work hard. I'm just saying it makes sense why most guys are miserable. No, it doesn't make sense. The problem and the reason most guys are miserable is because they think things are supposed to be easy, and these are the same guys who compared themselves to women. They are their own misery, and they're going to live in it because that's what the fuck they get. Maybe they didn't have a father growing up. Maybe they only had a mother. Maybe they didn't have older brothers. I had a father and 3 older brothers. I understood that life wasn't going to be fucking easy, and I had to get out there to get shit done. There hasn't been a second in my life where I thought, all right, things are going to be easy. Never thought of it. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be fair. Especially when it comes to sexual relationships. Like, dude, I hear dudes saying the dumbest shit. A short guy could get rejected by a short girl, say, how could she reject me? She's just as short as me. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? It doesn't mean nothing. She wants to be with the type of dude she wants to be with. What the fuck you mean? Just because you're short, she should like you because she's short? What kind of logic or sense does that make? That makes no sense. So a gay guy walks up to me and goes, hey, you're a man. I like you. You should be with me. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I ain't gay. But I'm a man too. You're a man. You don't like men? You don't like yourself? Like, no one has to like you. You see what I'm saying? It's just crazy the things I hear men say. I'm not saying, I'm just saying it makes sense of why most guys are miserable. Therefore, dude, college grads are living at home now. Things are too expensive. Jobs are being taken away by AI. You sound like a boomer. There's some truth to that, but there isn't as well. Now, I think what you're doing is you're taking things and blowing it out of proportion. You're making it seem as if the vast majority of college grads are living at home and things are too expensive. That's bullshit. You have some, but college grads are still doing better on average than people without degrees. So why don't you do this, since you're saying college grads are living at home now, compare the average college grads income and lifestyle compared to the non-college grad. And if the non-college grads are doing better, I'll shut the fuck up. But that is not the case, and it's never going to be the case. Because a lot of doors open for you if you're actually going to a good college, you get a good degree, you can use it. Yes, you have to pay back college loans for the most part and shit, but college grads are always doing better than people, on average, who aren't college grads. So what are you going to say? Oh, there's some college grads who struggle, so you shouldn't graduate college. What logical sense does that make if the average college grad is doing better? And if I'm wrong, anyone correct me. You can go to ChatGPT right now. Do the average college grad make more money or do better or whatever the fuck than those who don't? And of course they do better. Of course they do better. It's like saying, oh, a lot of businessmen lose all their money and they don't have anything. Sure, there's lots of businessmen who start businesses and lose everything. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be a business person. What's important is how often does it happen compared to people who aren't that. That's what matters. I do as well as college grads. Strawman argument. Ask ChatGPT now and it will tell you increasing number of college grads living at home. So, it's not a strawman argument. It's not. Because you never said anything about college grads and non-college grads have the same unemployment now. Now, when it comes to, all right, they probably have the same unemployment. I won't even deny that. But once again, when it comes to the jobs you actually have and the income they actually make, who's doing better? Now, whether there's jobs or not for both, employed or unemployed, it still doesn't give any evidence to being a college graduate as a negative. Because your comment right here says, dude, college grads are living at home now. Things are too expensive and jobs are being taken away by AI. You sound like a boomer. So what are we supposed to do about that? Not be a college grad? Like, what is the point of saying that? Like, I don't get it. Like, what is the point? Like, maybe there's something I'm missing. Because if college grads are doing better on average, it's still worth doing. Like, maybe I'm slow or something. I don't get the point of that. And then you say, I never said college grads are, I never said non-college grads are doing as well as college grads. So what the fuck is the point of pointing out something bad about college grads? Like, there's got to be something I'm missing. If college grads and non-college grads have the same unemployment, okay, but when it comes to employment, college grads are doing better. So being a college grad is an advantage. Even if there's some disadvantages to that, overall, it's an advantage. So why wouldn't you do it? So it's something to do. So like I said, you should get a degree. If you don't have a degree, it's your fault and your problem, and you're lowering your odds of being successful in the future. I just make sure I'm not missing nothing because I could be bugging. Now, I'm not perfect. I could be bugging, but I really don't think I am. So it's like someone saying, "Oh, a lot of businessmen go broke." Like I said before, doesn't mean you shouldn't start a good business if you have a good idea. And I think a lot of thing with college grads is, and this is something else I noticed, including my wife, but it's not a bad idea. A lot of college grads get their degrees and they never fucking use it. I never understood that. Like they get a degree, they spend 4 or 6 years, and they don't fucking use it. It's like, what'd you do that for? And a lot of them say my parents made me do it, or my family wanted me to do it. Um, I I wanted to have something to do, or I changed my mind during the course. I wanted to do something else, and after I got the degree, I started doing something else. A lot of college grads don't use their fucking they don't use their degrees. And I'm always thinking, why would you use all that money and just put it on your wall? And I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna have to get my other phone and use ChatGPT because yeah, I'm gonna have to get my other phone. Hold on, because now I'm curious as fuck. Okay, let me get my other phone. Dude, why do you think they never use it? There aren't job paths anymore. It's not as simple as get a degree in accounting, guaranteed degree in accounting. Dude, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying a lot of them just never use it. I just said I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why. I'm literally getting Chat GPT, and I'm going to ask because I'm asking why. So don't assert as if I'm saying they're stupid. I don't know why. That's why I'm getting Chat GPT. Trying to figure out why so many college grads don't use their degrees. I know why my wife doesn't use it because she don't need it. But a lot of them just don't use it, and I don't understand. So that's what you should do when you don't understand something. You should ask questions and not assert. And what I'm doing right now is asking questions. All right, let me see. Where's ChatGPT? Do I even have it on this phone? I don't think I have it on my second phone. What is Nova? Oh, this is AI too. All right, let me try this. Let me see. Free trial enabled. Okay, let's try. Oh my God, hold on. What's going on? I'm not paying for this shit. I gotta pay? Fuck this shit. Outsourcing, lack of training, entry-level jobs requiring 1 or 2 years experience, a shrinking amount of jobs. All right, those things could be the case. I'm not debating it. I'm just curious. Okay, here goes AI. ChatGPT. All right, let me try. See if it's bugging. Why has it been the past 10 years, so to say, that so many college grads have not used their college degrees? All right, let's see what ChatGPT says. My daily limit? I haven't touched it today. Pause. Yo, what the fuck? What's going on? I think I have the wrong ChatGPT. Damn. I don't know what's going on, but this is weird as shit. Let me go to my and you could be absolutely right. I have no idea. I have no idea. Lots of jobs just want you to have a degree just to have one. It's part of the reason why so many young men aren't working or earning as much. I mean, that could be true because I'm not debating things I don't know. I don't know about the job market, so I'm never going to debate it. I don't know much about being a college student and how hard it is, so I'm not going to debate it. But what I can debate is how people look at the world and how they take their negativities out on other people. So that was my main focus when I say things like, when guys say, if I were this, it would be easier, because all that's bullshit. But when it comes to having a college degree and people not having jobs, that could be a case, but it's not an excuse to blame other people for your issues. It's not. Because even though there's a lack of jobs and stuff, you can always start your own business. There's nobody stopping you from starting your own business, especially with the internet. There's nobody in the world stopping you from making your own business. Straight up fact, especially when you went to college, you should have more sense than the average person. There's nothing stopping you from making your own business. That's absolute bullshit. I've started at least 3 of them that turned successful. Went after about 10, but at least 3 of them were real successful and I never had a job. So I'm not going to buy from anybody that they couldn't start their own business because that's absolute straight up and down pure bullshit. No one's stopping you from starting your own business. Now, understand, if you're young, you may not have no money, need a job. Some people got to start off with like a normal entry-level job to get up some money and start a business. You could do that. But my fucking chat GPT is not working. I can't fucking... Oh wait, why am I on my wife's name? Let me go. Let me try here. Chat GPT. And it's not like I trust everything Chat GPT says. It's just like a blueprint, a basic understanding. How do you start your own business with no skills? You went to college, that's it, no client. Bro, there's tons of business you can start with no skills. Now you wilding out. Now you wilding out. If you're going to start a business, first you got to understand your passion, and you got to understand the insides of it. You could get all that information for free on the internet. That's bullshit. If I'm not saying it's easy, I'm not saying it's easy, but when you say you have no business with no skills, I find that to be kind of bullshit because you don't need. First of all, you need a passion, and if you have a passion, you should be working on it, and at least till you become skilled. I don't care what it is, art, financing, marketing, whatever it is. If you work on it, you can work on it on your own and develop skills in it. You 100% can. The internet is free. If I'm wrong, correct me. So I don't buy that if you have no skills. You can develop and learn skills on your own. There's dudes literally learning, becoming polyglots, learning like 10 languages on their own using a computer and making a career out of it. You have the internet right there in front of you with a lot of fucking information. So I don't really buy that no skill. I can't buy it because the information is right there for free. When I was a kid, when we needed information, we had to go all the way to the library. You got to wake up in your underwear and press the power button. So I can't buy that. But you're in college, no client base. I understand having no client base, that sucks. You got to develop it. It's difficult. No industry expertise. That's true. You got to look into it. You got to read about it. That's very difficult. Not everyone can be a YouTuber or a porn star. You don't have to be a YouTuber or a porn star, but there's tons of businesses out there you can do. I don't know all the business options out there that people can do because I make businesses out of things I enjoy doing. So it's hard for me to just say, hey, you could do this, you could do that. But I'm sure there's tons of things you can do from your passion to make money from it. I just don't necessarily know how. And I don't think saying, I don't know, it's hard for me to explain that. I just can't. I just can't because the way I live, I just make money from things that I do and that I do even if I wasn't making money from it. So that's just how I live. That's the mentality. So I never have to work. I just do what I do. So what do I do for fun? I like chicks. I like twerk models. I like walking around with girls, getting tours. So I literally just make money off of it. But I'm aware for other people it may be different, but if ChatGPT right now, okay, let me open this shit real quick. Continue without logging in. All right, looks like, hold on. Oh my God, I have to log in? Seriously? Okay, I think I'm logged in. Hold on, let me ask ChatGPT some questions here. Because I don't know everything, I'm trying to figure it out. All right, first question. Why have so many college students in America not used their college degrees, let's say, within the last 10 years? Okay, major reason that number of people earning degrees has grown faster than the number of jobs that specifically required those degrees last 10 years. Okay, many graduates have ended up working in jobs that either don't require a degree at all, require a degree but not necessarily in their field, or pay too little compared to the cost of their education. That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't think it's survivorship bias, bro. I'm gonna get to it, but I don't think it's survivorship bias. Because not everyone's creative. And I understand if you're not creative, it's gonna be hard for you to start a business. Because creativity is a real good, I guess you could say, skill to have to start a business. But not everyone's creative. But they could be great workers or even great earners. They're just not very creative. But they just can't find jobs. So I can understand it's much harder for that person. I can get it. I learned to code to make websites and learn to get traffic to them. I know if I develop it further and get connected to the right people, I could get up to mid six figures. Nice. Hopefully AI doesn't take it away. But if you learned that shit on your own, or even in education through college, that's good. But I said, okay, I want to get to these points real quick. Too many graduates in certain majors, fields such as psychology, communications, criminal justice, and some art programs produce far more graduates than there are entry-level jobs in those fields. So that's something I didn't think of. So maybe, so it seems another thing is a lot of people find a lot of people are into the same thing, and there's not a lot of jobs for those degrees that they're all getting. I didn't even think of that, but that's another reason. I didn't even think of that. Number two, employers are often value experience more than degrees. Somebody here said that, something about experience. Many companies hire based on skills, internship, portfolio, certification, or work experience rather than a specific major. All right, that's another one. I didn't know that. Technology changes quickly. We already went to that one. That's AI. Degree inflation. Jobs that once required only a high school diploma now ask for a bachelor's degree. Even though the work itself hasn't changed much, this means some graduates are technically using a degree, but not using specialized knowledge from it. Okay, that's interesting. Next one is people change career paths. I said that one. Student loan and economic pressure. Many graduates take the first available job to pay bills rather than for a position in their chosen field. That makes sense too. I didn't even think of that. So when I said they don't use degrees, some of them, maybe a lot of them just get the first job they can get so they can pay back their student debt. And then they worry about using their degree later. And maybe if they wait too long, they don't even have the opportunity to get to it. Damn, that's crazy. There's always a way if you're American or the West. I agree. Imagine being born in Africa, Latin America, South. I definitely don't think people take advantage at all of being an American. And I say this all the time. They do not take advantage of that shit. All the opportunity there is out there. It's crazy compared to the places I go. It's crazy the opportunities we have. It's crazy. We're just kind of spoiled and we think everything should be easier handed to us. We got it good, people. We really do. I know no one's gonna believe me, but you got it good. How can I find my passion? I don't have one. I don't know, dude. That's a great question. I don't know. What makes you happy? I don't know. I don't know. And let me get to the whole survivor thing. Somebody said survivors. What do you say? I want to get it right. Survivorship bias. Let me tell you why I don't feel I have survivorship bias. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. And I'm going to keep this with the people who are close to me. I grew up around people close to me and not even so close to me. I grew up around people. And one thing I noticed, and this is true at least 95% of the time, everyone who's living the way they live put themselves in that position. Everyone. At least, because maybe there's someone I'm missing, so I'm saying 95%. And the reason why I think that is, when people have free time, I notice the people who usually don't amount to much financially or success-wise in life, they usually spend their free times goofing off. They take their free time to have fun, like the vast majority of the time. With me, even when I was younger, I didn't fuck around in my free time. That's one thing my father taught me. Don't mess around in your free time. So what did I do with my free time when I was like 19, 20, 21? I was teaching myself Russian for no fucking reason. And I know that sounds stupid, but I really was like, yo, if I learn this, reading, writing, all that, if I learn this shit, I can make something out of it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn to do that. I took winters off from hanging out, and all my friends know this. I took 6 months off at least to just train my body, get into great shape, and I won't hang out or see nobody, no girls, no nothing until summer came back. Then I go hanging out again. I sacrificed a lot of my free time to make something of myself so my future would be more comfortable, and it worked the fuck out. I don't have survivor bias. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. I've been taking advantage of my free fucking time, so I didn't have to rely on college. I didn't have to rely on my dad or some shit, because my father's a millionaire. I've never relied on him a day in my life. I became an adult. When I was like 23, I never asked him for money, and anytime we even talk about this, I always say, hey, Dad, I could give you the money back that you wasted on me for college, all this shit. I never asked for a dime since I've been an adult. Not a dime. And he was, oh, you can live with me. Nah, I'm a man. I'm going to handle my shit on my own. I'm going to figure it out. And I've always been like that since I was a teenager. Since I was like 20. Because when I was a teenager, my dad did spoil me a lot. But once I became 20 and I started doing acting, I said, Dad, that's good. I'm gonna moved out to my grandmother's apartment, never asked for a dime since. So I don't think it's survivor's bias. I think it's what the fuck do you do with your free time and what have you done for yourself over these years independently to make yourself a higher value as a person? What have you done with your free time outside of college, outside of something official? What have you done for yourself to put you in a better situation or your free time? That's what I need to hear. It ain't no fucking survivorship bias. It's what I've done with my free time. I've put in the work to do shit just so I could be somewhere else. Hold on, we're okay. I had to teach myself a whole fucking another language that no one in my family knew. Not okay. I'm trying to make a point and it keeps going out. Let me try to finish this point. I had to deal with the threats. I had to deal with that shit before I even got there. I had to prep myself, get there by myself, deal with all the bullshit I had to go through because of the shit and the work I put in to get that shit out. It ain't no survivorship bias. I put in the fucking work. None of that shit was automatic. And if I wanted to at any time, even to this day, I'm like, Dad, I'm coming to live with you. And I would never do that. My friends know I'd never do that. I never even ask my friends for money. If anyone needs to borrow money, they ask me. So I don't buy none of that survivorship bias. I put in the fucking work. Maybe it's harder for other people. Maybe they can't figure it out. I get it. But there is a way. You just got to stop wasting your free time and start doing things more productive with your free time, and you figure this shit out. The internet right there, all that information is for free. So I can't buy survivorship bias. That's pure bullshit. If you can't figure it out with all that free information up there, you're like 30 plus and you haven't figured anything out, you're half to blame for that shit. You're an American. There's tons of opportunity. There's tons of opportunity. There's a lot of it. You could have went to the fucking military if things were so bad. I don't buy that from anyone who's American. I don't buy it. Survivors, but I don't buy that shit at all. There's at least 20 people at my job that have degrees, but they are in factory making server racks. That's crazy. Any complainer, what is your day-to-day schedule? Yes, just like fat people who complain, ask them to track their diet and routine. All day facts. What the fuck have you been doing with your free time all these years? That's what I always ask. I'm not even asking what you're doing. What the fuck have you been doing on your free time? What do you do in your free time? If you think these are so bad, you shouldn't be out partying. You shouldn't be out drinking. Buckle down. Teach yourself something. Nothing's stopping you. The internet's right there. The information's for free. I can understand maybe college is expensive. Maybe it's hard to use the degrees. But there's so many other opportunities out there. You just got to buckle down and figure it out. I can't buy it. You got to earn your leisure. Yo, I'm going to steal that. I'm stealing that. Hope you don't mind. I'm going to steal that one. You got to earn your leisure. I'm stealing that. I love it. You got to earn your leisure. If you're relaxing a lot, going on vacation, you better have shit figured out. Because if you don't, you wasting your fucking time. Because you're going to need it when you're older and you can't really work anymore. You're going to need that. You're going to need that shit. So you're not, when you're figuring things out, you're not just doing it for yourself right now. You're doing it for yourself when you're 50. You're doing it for yourself when you're 60. You're doing it for your parents when they need help and they're too old to do anything for themselves. You got to be there, man. You got to figure it out. My only passion is hookers, dude. It's all I care. Bro, I made a career out of... Okay. You can make a career out of that. I'm not going to talk about it here. But if you figure out you can make a career out of hookers, what do you mean? I don't want to get into it too much. I ain't trying to get in trouble on YouTube, but you can make a career out of that. That's no excuse. And that's not a joke. That's absolutely not a joke. You can easily make a career out of that. There's literally dudes who make careers out of interviewing them. Just interviewing them. What's the name of that guy? That interviewing series? It's like not all the smoke. I forgot what it's called. But they interview prostitutes and stuff a lot. I used to watch it. It was interesting. I used to watch it a lot. It's usually in black and white. They make the interviews in black and white. Yes, dark white underbelly. Thank you. God, thank you. You know why it was interesting? At least this is why I was so interested in those interviews. Because I deal with hookers a lot. So here's my thing, right? Before I knew about the hooker world, because it's a crazy world. It's a crazy world. Where it's legal, where it's not legal, whatever. It's a crazy world. But what interested me in it was that how many of the girls they interviewed at one point were really attractive. And that really got my white underbelly, yeah, something underbelly. That really got my attention because it's like how you end up like that in the first place if you're really attractive. That's what I didn't understand. It's like how you a beautiful girl and you end up a prostitute. But I have the answers now. I have the answers. Now I don't mind talking about it. The number one reason most hoes are hoeing, from my research, and if you think I'm wrong, correct me. The number one reason, whether really gorgeous or not gorgeous, the number one reason most chicks are hooking is because they have a child and the father's gone. They have a child, the father's gone. They start losing faith in men. They start losing trust in men. You don't really have to trust your clients, but to do what they say they're going to do, then leave. You don't have to move in with them and get kicked out. Most of these women have children, the father left, and they lost their trust in men, and they're totally cold and completely emotionally disconnected from smashing. Their emotions are completely separate from it. So maybe there was a time in their life they're like, ew, imagine doing that with all these guys. Now it's just another day. So what and this one blows my mind. The vast majority of these girls, if you offer them a normal job that pays 90% of what they get hooking, they're going to stick with hooking because it pays more. They're emotionally disconnected from sexual acts. They have children and the dude is gone. This is what I've learned from that. Doesn't matter how attractive they are. You think you're attractive, you can easily find a man. They're like, screw him, I could get it myself. I don't trust these men. They lose the trust. And it's messed up. Yeah, the street level. I'm not talking about strippers. I'm talking about street level, bar level, privé level. Because I don't really go to strip clubs, but I would say generally all levels besides strip clubs. Because I think they get the most money because they can get a lot of money even without doing the act. But outside of strip clubs, I think it's mostly like that. Bro, it's hard. Every business idea seems like it's saturated. Things are so expensive here. So I have 2 weeks vacation to fly to Thailand. Then I'll leave, go back to misery. Thailand is heaven. Let me tell you something. I'm sure it's hard. But part of being a man, like my father told me, part of being a man is figuring it out. When it's hard, part of being a pause. He didn't say pause, but when it's hard, part of being a man is figuring it out. You ain't got no unfair advantages. You're not born a slave. You're not owned by someone else. You're not getting whipped saying go to bed when I tell you to. You're free. Capitalism. You got to figure it out, my man. That's part of being a man. I know it sucks. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what you enjoy. I don't know what your skills are. But you got to figure it out. You really, and everyone says that shit. Everyone says every idea has been taken. Every idea has been taken, right? And then someone thinks of a new idea, then it's, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that? Not every idea has been taken. You just got to be the first. It's hard. And it is hard. I was the first to do what I did. I was 100% the first to do what I did. There was nobody doing what I was doing was so rare at the time in which I was doing it, when I got to tour around Russia and Ukraine and Poland. What I was doing was so rare. I wasn't even that popular on YouTube. I don't think you guys even know. Like, at the time I was big, I probably only had 35,000 followers. That's it. And I was touring all of the USSR, getting paid everywhere I went because there was nobody else doing what I was doing. They were treating me like I Show Speed, and I only had 35,000 followers. But that's because I was doing something that nobody else was doing. I was in the middle of, I could have sat there saying, all right, I live in Queensbridge Projects, which I was living, gunshots every day. I'm going to just go outside and sell drugs to those dudes, sell drugs with those dudes who are cool with me because I don't know. There's nothing else I could do. No, I bought a camera. I bought a fake ass background. And from all that free time I spent teaching myself Russian, I started making videos in Russian. That's it. And it worked out. That free time I took advantage of worked out. Now you got guys who go to China. Black Americans go to China, speak fluent Chinese, making YouTube videos. They're making money. Come back to America, speaking Chinese with people in a Chinese restaurant. They're making money. On their free time, they learn Chinese. These are just examples. On your free time, you can learn coding. On your free time, you can learn, I don't know, doctor shit. I don't know what people teach themselves. But I'm just saying, it's what you do in your free time. The people who take advantage of their free time to build their future are always going to be the ones who dominate. Because people don't understand time is money. Time is your future. Stop just trying to relax all the time and slowly build shit and get it done. That's all I'm kind of saying. I know it's not easy. I get it. Yeah, all industries are saturated. It's your job to stand out. Facts. So is the key. I mean, of course, here's the thing. A lot of people, when I was growing up, I was taught by my family, and I'm not taking this out on them. They always taught me being black is a disadvantage. I always thought being black was going to be bad for me. I always thought like, oh shit, I'm black, racism and everything. Long story short, I grew up as an adult, and being black is what made me my money. If I were a white guy doing what I did, I wouldn't have been so popular in Russia. Because I guarantee you there were already white Americans there speaking Russian. It wasn't that big of a deal because he looks like them. Sure, he's cool, he's American, but he looks like them. I was a black dude from Brooklyn, New York, living in Queensbridge projects. Go watch my early videos. I'm speaking Russian, walking around the projects. Niggas like, the fuck this nigga doing? I'm trying to get out of here. That's the fuck I'm doing. Niggas looking at me, go watch those videos. Man, I just can't deal with people's excuses. I know it's not easy, but you just got to figure that shit out. If you doing something no one else does will always be worth its weight in gold. Because when you're the first, you're not going to have competition. There's not going to be any competition. Now, there's black Americans all over Russia speaking Russian, making videos, millions of subscribers. That's cool. I can't compete with them. But before they were there, I had no competition, and I took advantage of it. And I'm sure there's many other people do similar things. Ronnie Coleman said it best. Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but nobody wants to lift no heavy-ass weights. That's basically it. That Eddie Huang... Yeah, that Vice TV came all the way to Russia to see me. I remember that, even though they did me dirty in that documentary. They did me dirty, but I still appreciate them coming all the way out to Russia to see me. That was big love. Big love from Eddie Huang. That was nice. Back to Queensbridge, you see the same ninjas posted up. If they're alive, like that's no joke. When I lived in Queensbridge, it was pretty bad. Gunshots were very common. It was pretty bad, honestly. It was pretty bad. Yeah, it was bad. I guess I was used to it at the time because I grew up around like dangerous stuff. But now as I'm now being a middle class adult and I can always afford to live in a nice place, I couldn't believe I was so comfortable there. My mentality was if I just get home before it gets dark, I won't get shot. That shit wasn't cool. I'm just happy I never have to live in a place like that again. Where you still think are rare for black people to do what you did? Yeah, black people, it's still not Russia right now. The war in Ukraine with the war, I wouldn't touch it. But sure, just there's this one guy, I don't know his name, so even if you say his name, I'm not going to know it. But there's this one black guy, I don't think he speaks many languages, but he literally just travels to the rarest places on earth. This dark-skinned black African looking dude. He just travels to like the rarest places, dirtiest, ugliest places on earth, and just makes videos of how people react to him there. And he gets tons of views, got sponsorships and everything. Just going places that black Americans don't go. That's all he does. Not saying it's easy, but he's doing something that being black is an advantage when you realize that most black people aren't adventurous. Not being self-hating or something, but most black people are not adventurous. They're not. It's not in our DNA to be adventurous. We want to stay where it's safe, and I get it. But the blacks who are adventurous take advantage of it, have fun, and make money. You know what I mean? They do. So unless you're like a basketball player or something, odds of a black guy being in these places is very rare. Where was I when I met this black dude and we had the talk? I was in Laos. I was in Laos. I don't know if you guys know Laos. I'm gonna answer you guys soon. I want to get to this thing that happened in Laos. When I was in Laos, I was with Asian Goddess in Laos, but I wasn't with her at this moment because I like going out by myself and stuff sometimes. Me and Asian Goddess went to Laos, and at one point I was out walking by myself and I ran into this black dude. He was tall, so I just knew he was playing for the basketball team. I was like, "Yo, what's up, man? I'm Phil." And we just started kicking it. And I don't remember the exact conversation, but I remember him saying some shit like, you know, the only black people he ever sees in that country are people who play for the basketball team or play for the football team because they play soccer too, whatever like that. He's like he's just surprised with like the 3 or 4 years he's been there that he hasn't seen any black Americans, and it's just surprising how often we don't really go anywhere. We don't really go outside. So I was the first for him to see who was there, like not studying at a university, not playing for the team. I was just there just to be there. He's like, you are the first. And you don't see this much from black Americans. And I was like, that's very true. I've noticed this myself. And Laos is a strict place to be. It's illegal to have sex with the foreigner. Let me make sure I get the law right. Hold on. Let me make sure. Is it illegal for natives? Not natives. Hold on. Is it illegal for Laos citizens to have sex with foreigners? Let me make sure I get the law right. I don't want to fuck up. Okay, let me see. No, in general, it's not illegal for a Laos citizen and foreigner to have sexual sex. However, Laos has regulations that affect relations between foreigners and Laos citizens. Cohabitation. Oh, you can't live together without proper authorization. Marriage between a foreigner and a Laos citizen. It requires government approval. Where hotels may require documentation, may not allow unmarried couples to share a room. So basically, you can't even live together. If one person's Laos and the other person isn't, you can't live together. You need to have government approval to marry each other if you're not both from Laos, and you probably can't even have a hotel room. Hotel room. So it's strict. It's very strict. And you tell me how strict it is for him to be with women out there, because like the laws are fucked up. You know, if he fucking a girl, they think they live together, he could go to prison. So I'm like, damn, dude, like you out here, like this is some real like different world shit. He's like, yeah, man, it's crazy. And you know, it was nice to just talk to him for like 10 or 15 minutes before we split, but yeah, man, we don't really go anywhere. We don't really just go anywhere. Are there places where you think, okay, how did Russian girls react when you brought them to the PJs? Man, let me tell you something. I feel I feel embarrassed and I feel bad for the things we never went through anything, only one time. And I knew something was going to happen. Only one time I had a little situation. I was hanging out with the twins. There's these Russian booty twerker twins. They were also strippers, and they were twins, and they both had big asses, and they're Russian white girls. And one day we were coming back. I was walking them back from the strip club to the apartment because they were living with me for a few weeks. And this random dude, he was outside. It's like 2 a.m. I don't know if he's strapped. I'm not really trying to hear him. I'm just trying to go. So we're walking. He's like, yo, what up, man? Yo, what's up? Like putting his hand up. I'm like, sorry, man, gotta go. Like, I don't want to shake his hand, nothing. I just want to go. I'm like, we gotta go. He's like, yo, what you mean you gotta go? You can't talk to me? Yo, what's up, my nigga? Hold on, come here for a minute. Like telling me to go there. I'm like, no, just walk. I'm telling the girl, just walk, walk, walk. Don't look at them. Don't say nothing. Because they don't know. They're like, hi. I'm like, don't say shit. Walk. So I looked really rude, but I'm just trying to avoid any situations. So that was the only one that almost came to a situation. I just put my key fob to the door, opened it, closed that shit, and just walked. The thing is, like, my thing is, people aren't just going to shoot you just to shoot you. There's got to be enough build-up for them to want to shoot you. And I figured as long as, even by ignoring him may build him up, there's nothing worse than look like I'm in his face, like, fuck you or something. Walking away with your back turned is the least way to build him up, so I just had to get inside. And the longer I stand out there talking to him, the more other people come outside and bad things can happen. We're walking in the house. But other than that, we've been fine. And the way they react to it is They're like, why all these pictures of people around with flowers? Not knowing that's what happens when someone gets killed. And I always have to say, it's his birthday. It was his birthday. Yeah, it was horrible. Everyone wants to be the champ, but nobody wants to put in the work. The only black American men who travels are athletes and military bros. And no, passport bros, I guess they call them. The near Vietnam and Cambodia. Yes, I've been to Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand. Yeah, all four of them. All four of them, yeah. Most of us are broke and don't have passports. I feel, well, I don't know how old you are, but I will say this. You shouldn't be broke once you're 32. You should be stable by 32. I don't think there's an excuse to be broke once you're 32. Unless you fell in some hard times and you're just bouncing back. If you've been continuously broke, that should be changing in your 30s. And if it's not changing in your 30s, it's you. It's you. It can't just be the jobs and all this shit because you can easily move to another city. And people act like they can't move to other cities. Nigga, I've lived in many countries. You can move to another city. You can relocate. A lot of people are successful relocate for a better opportunity. You can relocate in the same country. You'll be fine. There's internet. You could live stream with your parents. You can relocate. You can do it. It's not that big of a deal. Not saying it's easy, but you can do it. You got to get harder on yourself. Damn, y'all got me reminiscing about living in Queensbridge now. That shit sucked. I mean, honestly, besides the danger with bringing all those girls around, I loved living in Queensbridge. But you see, that's the problem a lot of us have, especially as black, I notice as, let's say, colored Americans, so to say. Because my Jewish, my Asian friends, usually they don't have this kind of mentality, but a lot of times we're often happy just being comfortable. And that's why most of us, we're always like one step away from being homeless. And I say that a lot. It's like when you're just living check to check, you're one check away from being fucked up. Like we're happy being comfortable, just having enough to get by, and it shouldn't be that way. We should be comfortable knowing that we have enough to survive if we're not getting anything for at least a year. Under the same exact living situation for at least a year. If you don't have enough money to survive for at least a year, if everything stopped, you got to keep hustling because there's no time for you to relax. For at least a year. So right now, if for some reason my business gets shut down, I know I have time to do something else and recover. I have time. But if I was broke, I wouldn't have time. And that's one thing that may lead to crime. Like if you feel you ain't got no time, you ain't got no money to do shit after you lost your job, you're way more likely to go out and hurt somebody to get money. So we got to get off this check to check shit and being one step away from being homeless. We got to our goal should be at least middle class. If you're not middle class and you're not trying to strive for middle class, you're messing up. Especially if you're 25 plus, your goal should be at least middle class. Like really, like all jokes aside, it should be middle class. And let me see, what is middle class now? What amount of income counts as middle class in the United States of America? Isn't a single official definition of middle class. For a single person, it's about 40 to 120,000 a year. Oh, I guess it depends. It depends on the state. Let me see. What would be middle class for New York City? That's probably like 80,000. I would think like 80. Let me see if I'm right. Or for a single person, 50 to 150. So let's say your goal should be at least 90,000. 90,000 a year should be your goal. Straight up and down. And if you're not making at least 90,000, you got some work to do, my friend. You may need to divert a lot of your fun free time to work free time. You got to start figuring shit out. The only Black American, that's never been most of us, bro. Are you ever going back to acting? Hell no! Sorry. No offense to actors or background actors, but hell no. Hell no. Hell fucking no. And that's my fault. Let me tell you why that's my fault. My ego. And I can tell you, it's my ego. It's my ego. Oh shit, I gotta cook. Hold on, I gotta get my. I mean, cooking live and shit. I gotta get my tripod thing. It's my ego. I don't know how many of you ever had a principal role in a movie, which is kind of, I guess, stupid to ask. I don't know how many of you ever had a principal role in a movie, but when you have a principal role, you have your own trailer, you have your own stand-in, you have a makeup person, you have all those things. Do that for a few days, then try to go back to doing extra work. It's not happening. It's not happening. So, yeah, it's just not happening. So, did Spider-Man, I was a principal actor. I can't go back to the background. If it's not principal, I'm not touching it. So my acting days are over. Holy shit, what'd I do? Okay. Yeah, my acting days are done. My ego fucked it all the way up. Alright, so I'm be cooking and screaming. If you hear me screaming, you know what happened. So I'm gonna have to go on and off with this. What was the craziest model lineup you ever had in a day? Give me a minute to think about that. I gotta wash my hands and shit. But that's a great question. It was definitely, I'm not gonna say where, but I know where it was. Craziest model lineup I ever had in one day. Craziest model lineup. Damn, that's a tough one. Because there's 2 countries I'm thinking about right now. Damn, that's a tough one. Damn, let me think. You know, it's a close one, but I have to say Russia because, and I don't think I want to say who the models were exactly, but I remember it was a day in Russia. It was a day in Russia, and there was 4 of them in 24 hours. It was a great time. So it was in Russia, and my ex-girlfriend was one of them. Yeah, it was insane, absolutely insane. Nothing short of unbelievable. Nothing short of it. It was crazy. Hope all this meat can fit here. Okay. All right, perfect. Blah, 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 blah. I don't really season my food, just in case you guys are asking. Got my underwear on and everything. I only do a real little bit. I don't like seasoning my food. Alright. Just a little bit. I do not like seasoning my food. Alright, cracking. What do I want to put with the chicken? So I constantly draw my hands from the meat and shit. Alright, what I want to add to my... Oh, I forgot to buy vegetables. Fuck. I completely forgot to buy vegetables. Alright, next time I'll add stuff. But for now, I'm all good. It's around 25 minutes. Alright. I gotta get my other phone for timer. That's while I'm live streaming, I'm gonna do my legs. I'm gonna work out my legs while we're live streaming. Try not to waste time. Where's timer? Timer. I'm gonna read comments. Hold up. Where the fuck is? I hate having 2 phones. I don't remember how to do things. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, asshole. Free trial for it. Oh my god, fuck this shit. Everything costs money in this crap. I don't want no PDF document reader. Cancel. Get out of there. Alright, let me see. Oh my lord. I just want the clock. Where's the clock? I don't even know how to search for apps on this phone. Oh, let me get it from here. Search. Timer. Hold on, downloading a timer. All right, so let me see what other comments. Still get calls for roles as a hell no. That's the only one I ever got, and then that was it. So I stopped. Do Russian girls still want to live in New York City? Yeah, they're trying to get out of Russia faster than ever. Do you think you ever have done that? If you did in Russia in any other country? Yes. It wasn't a super unique, but the other country, and it always surprises people. I had two choices. There were two countries offering me tour opportunity. And the other one that has nothing to do with Russia. It was Russia and Brazil. I picked Russia because I thought Brazil was too dangerous. But both of them were making me offers. And I think I made the right choice. I'm not paying for nothing. I'm not even free trialing. Like, what is this? They bugging. Just over a timer? Damn, this is buck wild, man. Everything costs money? This is absolutely insane. I'm never streaming on this phone again. I'm gonna keep that my main phone. Now move. Oh my god. Here we go. Stop. Timer. Oh my god, fuck off. Allow. Okay. Alright, allow. Allow. Language. Okay. Timer. Alright, I was already in there for. So let's do 20 minutes. Alright. Timer's going. Finally. God damn. Alright, so I'm gonna do my legs. Understand that time is more valuable than money. Because time can bring you money, but money can't bring you time. So when it's time to go, you're gonna go. Remember that dude, the iPhone guy who died? He's one of the richest men on earth. He wasn't even really old yet. Money couldn't save him. Let me get my slippers. That's great. Michael Jackson died. Where are my slippers? This apartment ain't even that big. I can't find my slippers. Either I'm bugging or I mean, okay, hold on. Wherever I misplace these slippers. Oh, found. Alright. Found my slippers. So I'm cooking and working out at the same time. Alright, comments. Alright, let's see. Alright. And it's hot in here too because of the goddamn. Oh, it's beautiful outside. Can I switch the view? Let me see. Panama City, people. Very safe country. Their police don't play. Their immigration don't play either. I can tell you something about Cardi C if you want to know. I'll tell you this. She's very untrustworthy. And that breaks my heart because she's so cool. She likes to laugh and stuff, but she's very untrustworthy. That's not cool. I thought, I don't know. Like she ran off with $100 off of a deal we had instead of just doing more work, and she could have made tens of thousands. All right, over $100. I'm like, I'm shocked. All right, Cardi. And she was a cool girl, man. Meeting Cardi was like, it wasn't a normal meeting I usually have. She was a cold approach in the street. Just randomly, too. It wasn't like she was standing around waiting for company or something like that, if you know what I'm saying. She was just some random girl. She was actually, I think it's her cousin or some kind of relative. But she has an older relative who's a transsexual. I mean, but it's an obvious transsexual. So like, it's a dude who became a woman, but like, it's obvious that it's technically a man. And they were hanging out, and for some reason, I felt safe approaching her while the transsexual was there versus her being with another girl. I don't know why. I just thought the transsexual would be like more understanding. I don't know, and it worked out. He was cool. He helped introduce us and all this stuff, and he's like, "You guys should hang out" in Spanish and all this stuff. And yeah, he was real supportive. So shout out to that trans guy. He sells candy, or she sells candy, whatever. Oh, Mook's in the building. See, I didn't block him. People thought I blocked him. I did not block him. He's here. I blocked that other guy who just kept saying, "You're black, you're black, you're black." Oh, Mook, did you hear about the, I met you, mom the other day. Did you hear about the verdict of the Chinese guy who killed the boy in the store? I would love to hear your opinion on it. Do you think someone can do what you do, but their niche is being an ugly little incel dude and build an audience of incel dudes who follow him and identify? Hell yeah! You mean corn? I've just been busy. All right, you mean the corn industry? Hell yeah! That would sell like crazy. That would sell insanely crazy. If you're really ugly, you're really short or fat, and your manhood is small, and you're smashing hot chicks, bro. You have, that's a hell of a niche right there. Hell of a niche. Oh man, it's crazy. That's a real good one. That's a real good one. I haven't heard about that. What? How did you're the only one always talking about black this. There was a black kid who went into a corner store that was owned by Asian people. He like took out 4 waters, then he put 4 waters back, and then as he was leaving, they're like, "Did you steal something?" He's like, "No, I didn't steal anything." And then he walks out, and then the owner, a man, and like his son, go out after him. So then the black kid starts running. He's like 14 years old, and the rest is off camera. He ends up getting shot in his back, and he died. How did you hear about that? That's crazy. You basically like the idea is leaning to being an ugly incel smashing women outside of it. Yes! That's an awesome idea. The strongest by being large size. Dude, I don't want to talk about that right now. I don't know. I don't think I have a large one. I think it's just normal. I think for maybe compared to the average human, okay, it's large. But for the industry, it's normal. It's a normal one for the industry. It's not a big deal. But for the average person, okay, I get it. So when I'm working with certain amateurs, they're like, "Oh, that's bigger. I don't want to do doggy style." All right, I get it. But for like the industry, it's average size. Most of us don't want to see tiny tip corn. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think most people want to feel as, well, we're talking about incels right now. And they dominate this industry when it comes to paying money. I think most incels don't care if the guy has a small wiener because it makes him look like a loser. And if he could get it, they could feel they could get it too, that they have a chance too. So I think it would help them relate. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, unless it's like tiny or some shit where he can't even perform. But I don't think they're going to be mad about it or something. Still confused as to whether or not he showed the gun is his backpack. Oh, in his backpack. If he didn't, makes it pretty messed up. I guess it depends on what happened off camera. Yeah, everything's off camera. That's what sucks ass. My question, the first question I asked, which no one else asked, but why the fuck was he running? Why did he run? I didn't understand that at all. I thought he'd be like, what? I don't have anything. Search, I don't have nothing. But he started running. Why would you start running? Why would he run? I don't get it. I don't understand why he ran. I don't get it. Like, you didn't steal nothing. They coming out, be like, I don't have shit. And he didn't have his bag with him in the store. They know that. I really think there's something missing here that the general public doesn't know and probably wasn't even said in court. I really think so. Squirt God got a small one, but he could do hand tricks. All right, okay. I don't know what the hell. Maybe I'll look it up, but all right. There's something that doesn't make sense about that, because I don't see why he would run. I think they have a history with that kid. They have a history with him. I don't think it's like his first time coming in there. They have a history with him. They probably didn't mention that they have a history with him because if they mention they have a history, it could look like murder. But if they're like, oh no, we never seen him before, we just look like he was stealing, I think they have a history with him. Because who takes out 4 waters and then puts 4 waters back and then walks out? It's like he's messing around with them. I don't know. It really seems like they have a history. I don't know. I heard my mom watch a video about Asian shops and black communities, but I barely paid it. Yeah, ask your mother about it. I'm sure she knows. Do you prefer doing all of the tech pre-work on X, Reddit, even ProHub, etc. to push traffic? I love X. Twitter is awesome. Love Twitter. Instagram, I don't mess with them no more. They keep blocking my stuff. P-Hub, no, I don't use them. I switch over to X Hamster and X Videos. I'll use that for emergency. I like the other ones better. They pay more and faster. And they're actually bigger, especially X Videos. They're awesome. Pre-work on X, Reddit. Oh, and something else you guys probably don't know. One of the girls I work with has become a porn star now. She started with me. Now she's a porn star. Her name is something Botero. I forgot it, but I'll get it next time. Yeah, I forgot her name. But yeah, but she's unbelievably attractive. Like, unbelievably good looking. Like, she's so good looking. And how I met her was hilarious. Like, she's the kind of girl who's so good looking. When she doesn't wear makeup and tries to wear normal clothes, it doesn't help. Like, you can smell it. Like, she's so good looking. And the first day I saw her, I was with my translator, my drug addicted translator, and she was wearing normal sweatpants, not tight. Taya Boom. How you know? That's crazy that you know that. That's crazy. Yeah, her name is Taya Boom, but her new name is like something Botero. Something Botero. But no, you don't have to delete it. You don't have to delete it. It's all good. You don't have to delete it at all. I mean, she's a porn star. It's not a secret no more. It's like she's out there, so it's okay to put her name. She was wearing like a normal ass outfit. She was wearing like sweatpants and like a t-shirt. And around her, a bunch of women dressed in sexy clothes trying to get men's attention. I noticed her. Out of all those women walking around or standing around trying to get attention, I noticed her just walking through. And I said, translator, get her. That girl right there. Give me her number right there. She brought her over to me. I looked at her and I said, oh my God, girl, you are so beautiful. Let me get your number, all this and this and that. We started working together. I think we made 8 videos together. Then I lost contact with her. A year goes by. I'm watching adult videos. Who do I see? It's her. I was like, holy shit, she's in the big leagues now. She's hot. Oh my God. If she knew what she was doing and she wasn't so scared of being seen everywhere, she could be on the level of Sophie Rain. She's an attractive girl. Like really, god damn. We were talking about DJ Vlad, my mom. Why? Why are you mad about DJ Vlad? Because I tried it and reasoning with racial tension. No. DJ Vlad's the man, bro. I don't know why people hating on Vlad. Come on, how much time? Okay, 9 minutes still. It's all good. You making corn? She's not the first. Taya Boom, and the other one is Nina the Booty. She started with me. Then Nina, also known as Nina KHLV. Then she started making corn. I think it's only those two though. I don't think anyone else did it after me. But I do the opposite. I do the opposite. One of my models in Russia, extremely gorgeous girl. She was doing webcam. She hooked up with me, started modeling. Now she's famous in Dubai. So I did the opposite. She stopped doing porn when she met me. Anyone else? I made tons of twerk stars. I made tons of twerk stars. Tons of them. Tons of them. But yeah, that's it. I think those are the only ones I got doing porn. Point is, I help people make money. Nina's ass is insane. Her ass is more insane than you think if you like big booties. Because her booty is bigger than you think. The reason why you don't think Nina's booty isn't as big as it actually is because you don't really see her standing next to anybody. She's tall. She's a big girl. She's like 5'9". With a frame like that, her ass is huge. In Russia, she gets attention, but it's not a lot of good attention. No. She's just large. At least 45 inches, easy. Am I a cuck if I would be cool with dating a porn star? I don't know. Would Julie Q join it? No, she doesn't need to do that though. Nina's like 5'9". Like, cause we're eye to eye. I'm 5'9". So when I was standing next to her, we're eye to eye. I thought she'd be like 5'5" or something to have that like thick, wide hip frame. I'm thinking she's like 5'4", 5'5". Bitch is like 5'9". I'm like, holy shit. Like, she's just big. That ass was huge. I'll never forget it. Julia's a butterface. Everyone has their opinions. Yeah, everyone has their opinions. Oh, I miss Natasha Twerk. She was awesome. Yeah, she was awesome. But I love Kara Beam. Oh, I love Kara Beam. She's kind of a butterface too, people say. But oh, her twerking is hot as hell. It's too much for me. I don't typically like tall women. Well, I guess she counts as tall. Yeah, it makes sense. 5'9" is tall for a chick. Nine. Yeah, what the fuck? Did this shit slow down? Let me see something. If it cuts off, does it stop? No, it doesn't stop. Okay. Get into contact with Nina. I just put the story for free on Patreon. You gotta go subscribe to the Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/ it's in the description of my videos. I smashed a tall woman. I felt like I was with the trans. Yeah, enjoy yourself, man. It's good. And the main part of your business, finding new women to work with or maintaining your old stuff. Monetizing the old stuff is way more important than getting new stuff. If you learn to monetize your old stuff well, you can make tons of money without really going outside anymore. If you learn how to master making money on your old shit over and over and over again, ooh-wee. Oh, you sweet. Now, of course, going out and getting someone new is great, but you got to spend more money for new models, new hotel, new outfits, cameras and stuff. Or you could just rebrand your old shit, make all that money, and not spend any money on it. So it's awesome. Russian men don't like me. Dude, listen. Russian people on average like a thin, she can have a nice bubble butt, but they're like a thin, in shape, feminine looking woman. Nina is big, my man. She has a flat stomach, but she's just a large woman in general. That's a big ass woman. That is a big ass woman. Like, a lot of guys want a girl where they could damn near wrap their hands around her waist. You're not wrapping your hands around Nina's waist, not even your arms. Okay, maybe around the waist, yeah, but around her ass, you can't wrap your arms. She has a really big ass. Nina sounds familiar. Yeah, Nina the Booty. Or Nina KHLV, same thing. Do you think if you did a business that focused on super petite women, it would be? Already have one. You see? You guys don't know much. I don't want to get into that. All that stuff's on my Patreon. But yeah, I already have one. It's based on super petite. The complete opposite, and it does very well. I mean, I stopped producing new stuff, but it did very well. And it's still making money. But when I was making it, it was just making crazy money. How much corn? I love the word corn. I think you would have made if you were able to with the twerk models. I don't even want to talk about that because I don't want to disrespect them. I just leave them in the twerk field. Try to hook up with Lena the Plug. No, I don't mess with no celebrities. Does Russia have mature? Of course, every country has that. You just got to know how to get them. Okay, let me take a little break. Oh. All right. My wife loves these shirts. I don't know why. Looks like I'm going to a boxing match. Okay. I can't believe somebody guessed Taya Boom. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm on a stepper. You think I'm just standing here floating up and down? You think I'm just standing here? Look, I gotta use the bathroom. Then after the chicken breast finish, I gotta start doing some squats with the water. I can do body weight squats. Don't underestimate body weight squats. She got darker, Phil. She got darker? Who got darker? I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're talking about Nina, I guess Ty would be going. Oh, you mean me? Yeah, I'm in Panama. I don't give a fuck about my skin color. Ty be going crazy in your videos, especially the recent ones. Yeah, she be doing her. Yeah, she be doing her thing, man. That is a sexy ass girl. Like seriously, she's very attractive. Very attractive. A lot of people think it's about the size of the ass and the titties that makes the model. That is not true. I mean, some girls, that's what they got and that's what they're known for. Some girls are so good looking, they don't even need it, and it makes them more valuable. Ty is one of them. People still hit me up asking, when are you going to make more with her? Damn, I'm getting it in. All right. Okay. I'll do some body weight squats. I didn't even have a protein shake yet today. I'm gonna have it right after this. Because right after this, I have to make the fish. Yeah, then I'll make the beef later. You recently uploaded me. Stress. Girl in the nice dress. Oh, walking throughout Panama. That's in a dress? There's more than one. I don't know what girl you're talking about. There's 3 of them. They're tour guides. You got to describe what dress you mean. Like, what did the dress look like? You're most likely talking about Nadine. Yup. Nadine. Yo, Nadine. Let me tell you something. This is going to sound weird, but I'm going to say it as I get out my... Nadine, no. Nadine's a... Okay, let me show you. I don't think she counts as BBW. You guys can go subscribe to my TikTok, by the way. It's called Chicas de Panama. So Chicas, Chicas de Panama. Chicas de Panama. Let me go find her. Show you what Nadine looks like. Okay, Chicas de Panama. Okay, Nadine. Okay, here we go. Oh, open it. What? I gotta sign in to open it? Hold on. Phone's pissing me off. I'm trying to sign in. Okay. Nadine is this one.
Hola chicas. Con este calor que hace en Panamá, tomar suficiente agua es súper importante.
That's Nadine.
El agua te ayuda a mantenerte
Okay.
hidratada.
The other one that's really curvy that people like is this
Hola,
is
chicas.
Maria.
Mi amigo americano me llevó de compras y me regaló este vestido por haber sido una buena guía turística. ¿Pueden creer que solo costó $12? Una locura, ¿verdad? Y la verdad es que me queda súper bonito. Sigan a Chicas de Panamá para más recomendaciones y tips.
I like her in a lot in the pink dress. This dress. I like this dress. You can hear me speaking Spanish. Okay. And then the newest one is Kelly. Kelly is she's
Hola,
18.
chicas. Les cuento que mi amigo americano me llevó de compras y miren este vestido rojo hermoso que encontré. ¿Y saben cuánto costó? Solo $9.99. No lo podía creer. Tiene un color súper bonito, es cómodo, me queda espectacular y además fue súper económico. A veces no hace falta gastar mucho dinero para ver.
I love her in this last thing, this workout. Wait, hold on. These pants. Not this one. You'll see. Those pants. Jesus, Mary Joseph. Jesus Christ. Crazy. All right. Oh yeah, she's like any Puerto Rican chick. I'll be thirsty. Oh damn, I'm missing all the comments. Whatever she is, that's my type. It's crazy. A lot of them agree to film corn without any experience. These girls that I just showed you are not. They don't do corn. These are tour guides. They're all literally tour guides. They in poverty, and an American man is offering them USD. All right, number one, you don't know anything about Panama. Panama is not a third world country. A lot of people think that, but it's not true. Go look it up. These are not girls in poverty. These are tour guides. She's like any Puerto Rican chick, not being negative. Whatever. Mook, everything you say is... That is 100% this guy. It's my opinion. Everything this dude has to say is negative. Okay, time is up. All right. Woo. Shit, I don't even want to stop it, honestly. Hold on. I don't burn myself on camera. Just right there. But the page I've had for about 2 weeks. We have about 9,000 followers and like crazy amount of views. All right, you chill out a little bit here. Hold up. Next. That's right. All right. See what I miss? Hit the like button. Yeah, they're all from Panama. I've been lifting lately. 25 pounds, nice. Workouts at the crib. A much better option than going out. It's cheaper, and you can do it in your underwear. Philko branding. Alright. Alright, that's going to be about 20 minutes, maybe 19. Let me make another alarm. You'll never, if you ever see me cooking like right now, it means my wife's not here. You'll never see me cooking any other time. Ever, ever. Best city in Russia for black men besides Moscow and St. Petersburg. I had two dollars. I always thought Panama, which is black people. Besides the city, mostly, yeah. Panama is very black, but it has a great economy. It's very safe compared to other Latin American countries. It's not a fucking poor third world country. People always think that. I don't know where the fuck they get that idea. Look at the rent prices in Panama City and compare them to your city. I mean, of course, it has its dangerous areas, but on average, we use the American dollar. A lot of people come here to retire and not worry about danger and shit like that. There's not that many women at all. It's not like Colombia, Venezuela. It's a very empty country too. There's not many people here. They don't allow immigration so easily either. People get deported all the time. Like it's like a, if anything, it's like a retirement spot. It's like a big retirement country. That's what it's like to me. Like no, like somebody in the comments, I understand where they come from saying, "Oh, it's American." They don't give a fuck if you're American here. They don't give a fifth of a fuck. Like no one cares. No one from Panama is like, I want to go to America. They don't give a damn. It's like really good in Panama. Like people should research a little more before they say something about a place they've never been to. Like Panama, it's similar to, I would say I've only been to two places where people really like their home. I would say that's Panama and Dubai. Like no one I met here has any want to like go and live in America or something like that because they really like it here in Panama. They may visit, but they want to stay here in Panama. And if anything, more Americans go to Panama than Panamanians go to America. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna look that up because Panama's the spot. But not for like passport bros and stuff because you're not gonna see like a bunch of chicks on the street and shit. You know, they have a good economy. The women don't have to do that here. Best, a lot of Americans believe everyone hates their own country and is desperate. I swear to God, they think that, and I don't know why the fuck they think that about every fucking place. I don't know why. Oh, Jesus. And I'm sure passport bros don't talk about Panama because number one, it's too expensive. Like, ooh, damn. I did do the stairs yesterday. Ooh, I think most passport bros don't talk about Panama because number one, it's way more expensive than the places they usually like going. And two, they don't care if you're American. They're not going to be jumping on you because you're from America. There are places that are like that, but Panama is not one of them. They don't give a fuck. So this is definitely not. And it's not a passport bro destination. Nice, Canada's awesome. Even they insult guys who marry overseas. They say women just want to do it for the green card. I mean, that happens sometimes. Prospect or Flexily, better body. I would say overall Prospect is better, but just body. So I never liked Flexily's face. Damn, that is so tough because both of these girls are just marvelous. And I drool whenever I think about them. No exaggeration. Oh. I gotta say Flexily. Flexible, perfectly thin, big, beautiful bubble butt. The best slim thick I've ever seen in my life. So I'm gonna have to go with Flexily. But Prospect is a close second. Prospect and Asian Goddess. That's a good, because I wouldn't know who I'd pick for that. But both of them are like really, really competitive with the bodies and similar. I got a candy apple from Candy Shop and threw it out by mistake. All right? I like that you express yourself. Regardless of how random, I like learning. Holy shit. Yo, I want to do more. All right, hold on. I did the stairs yesterday as a the electronic stairs, the mechanical stairs yesterday as a warm-up. I didn't realize that it'd still be hurting today. I'm not warming up like that anymore. God damn, yesterday was not leg day. Whew, that was a bad idea. Mom get mad at me because I really tried to wipe on me. And how old are you now? You like 26? Oh, damn. All right, I'm not going to fail now. I'm going to keep going. Hold on. Let me get some more water and I'm going to keep going. I can't give up. Got to be a man. Got to keep pushing it out. Okay. I just don't sexualize or romanticize black women. Okay. As long as you're all adults, I don't think it matters at all. Oh my God, they feel numb. Now hold it. Damn, I feel it. Small, but oh shit. All right. Oh damn. But my legs are looking better than before, 100%. Okay, let me see. Definitely looking better than before. Like no exaggeration. Easily better than before. Ribbit. Holy crap. I just don't, you don't think what's normal? I can't wait to hear what you don't think is normal. Damn it. When is my wife coming back so I don't have to do this shit? Damn, almost dropped the beef on camera. Thank God I didn't drop it. Almost dropped the beef. Alright. Let me pick that up. Yeah. I'm gonna give you guys the best fitness tip when it comes to diet you'll ever hear in your life. And I'm telling you, chat GPT it, whatever you want, I'm not exaggerating. If you want to start eating right, the very first thing your ass needs to do, the very first thing you need to do is this. Stop buying cheap ass that corn oil, whatever the fuck, the sunflower seed oil. Stop it. Get olive oil, real olive oil. Stop cooking with cheap shit. That is destroying you more than you can imagine. Google that shit. Stop using that cheap shit. How my life has changed, and how much I felt better, and how much weight I lost after I stopped using cheap shit. A lot of times it's cheap for a reason. Stop using cheap cooking oil. You really need to stop. If you have it in your house, throw that shit out. That's why women typically don't feel that way. I don't care for chicken or the egg. You like what you like. You're an adult. You like other adults. There's nothing to even talk about. Where did your wife go? She went home to see family. You're not above cooking for yourself. I don't care if I'm above it or not. I just know I don't want to do it. So when she comes back, I'll be happy. Do you think I have put on that much muscle with only body weight exercises? Yeah. Well, I add weight sometimes, so I guess no. I don't know how to answer it because I add, you guys see, I add weight to my body, so I guess that doesn't count because I add weight. Russia's safe to visit for Russians anytime. And I don't know if it's safe for you. I don't know. You don't know anyone there? I don't know what to say. I don't even know the environment now. Only thing I know is the girls got fatter and my friends keep telling me. Which probably means more BBWs, which would be great for a lot of you guys who like bigger women. There's more Nina KHLVs there now. Oh. I mean, I would pay some chick to come up here and cook for me, but I don't want to have another woman in my wife's apartment. I don't want to do that. Women around the world are getting fatter. More fatties, but also more amazing booties. I'd prefer the thin ones, though, but all right. Oh, my cinnamon toast, raisin toast? My cinnamon raisin toast. Oh, my God. I love cinnamon, but I hate raisins. Yo, I gotta say this. It's been on my mind for a while. Screw Patreon. Usually I tell these things on Patreon, but I gotta tell this one since we're here. Yo, the craziest thing I ever saw during filming was this situation. Not every girl I film with is actually in the adult industry. It could be the fact that she's doing it there because I was the first one to offer it to her or offer a good amount, so she's trying it for the first time. So some of the girls you see me with, they've done it a lot of times, but most of them you see me with, they're in a different adult industry and they're doing this for the first time. But a very few of them, they never do anything like that at all. It's their first time doing anything in the adult industry. This is the crazy shit I saw. I was with Sweet Butt. And it wasn't even our first shoot, but it was my first time bringing baby oil. I brought baby oil, right? And I'm putting things on the bed. She's on the bed. I put the baby oil, the clothes I want her to wear, all this stuff, whatever. Lotion, everything around. So I'm sorting things out, and I tell her, like, get ready. You know, like, get ready for, you know, we're about to start doing, because she just finished twerking, and now it's time to actually smash. So I'm looking for the condoms and all that stuff. I hear, and I'm like, the fuck is she doing? I turn around. She's putting the baby oil inside herself because she thinks that's what she's supposed to do. I don't know how many of you know this, but you don't put baby oil is not lubricant. That is really bad for you. I was like, yo, I've never seen somebody do that. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm getting ready. I'm like, no, not with that. I just thought she would know better. Maybe it's my fault. That was hard because she doesn't know. She's not in the industry. She wasn't a working woman. Nothing. She's just a random lady with a stupid huge ass, and she's not even big. She's got a stupid big ass. She had no idea. Now she was a poor woman who was like American dollars, kind of, yeah, but that wasn't Panama. So, wow, that was crazy. That was crazy. Unbelievable. Baby oil. Did you see the? Nah, I'm not interested in seeing it. Panama got the best big group. I'm gonna say this again to y'all because y'all might think I'm joking. Panama is not the spot for Latinas. It's not. It's empty. No, it's not the spot for that stuff at all. It's a retirement place, so you can get that out of your mind. The last QED episode 100, last one was absolutely crazy. It seemed like had a dude. We were just talking about it. That's Taya Boom. She's the one who's a porn star now. That's Taya Boom. Her real name is something Botero, but if you just put in Taya Boom, you'll see all her videos. But yeah, she's extremely hot. I was just talking about her. Like, what, 15 minutes ago? Extremely attractive. And I had a lot of fun with her. A lot of fun with her. That was amazing. Do you think women like her know they are good looking, or does it take a guy? Well, the thing with her is she knows she's good looking. But I don't really know the story. One thing about me and Taya is we never talk. Most of my models, we have at least one conversation about their life, how they got to where they are. But I never had a conversation with her. It was always, hi, you ready? Phil, thank you. Here's my new number, bye. We never had a conversation about nothing. It was very weird. Like, and she always showed up when I called. She was never late. And she wasn't a worker. A lot of the where I met her, a lot of girls were workers. And you could just see them outside. She wasn't one of them. She's way too good to be one of them. But I just caught her walking past wearing sweatpants. And I think a part of her was attracted to me. And that's the only reason she did what she did, was because she probably thought I was kind of attractive and she made a little bit of money. A little bit of money, and she just wanted to do it. She just enjoyed it. That's just what I think, because I don't know why a girl that, because she's messing with big productions and stuff, and I'm sure she'd still film with me if I asked her, even though she's becoming famous now. I'm sure she would still film with me. It was a threesome with, oh no, that's a different girl. I had 3 different threesome videos with Lisa Too Cute, so I don't know which one you're talking about. So it depends on which one. It was one dimensional thread. Is there free clips or you have to pay? I don't put. If the girl face is showing her videos, I never put up free clips. Wait, no, just go to X videos, or go to clips for sale. Yeah, there's free clips. X videos, clips for sale. X hamster maybe. X hamster for sure. I don't think I have Taya on my X videos because I never put every model on every platform. I kind of separate them so you can't get, so like, let's say one platform gets hacked, you don't have everything, for example. I need a little bit, I can't put every girl on one single platform. I don't allow it. So I don't have Taya Boom on X videos, but I believe she's on X Hamster. So you had whipped cream. Oh, that was her and her sister. That was her older sister. That one's nowhere except for the VIP Telegram. That one's nowhere. Just the website. Any models ever interacted with each other? Yeah, giggity. Dude, you look jacked. Pause. You can pause it. Face-wise, who's the hottest girl you ever had an XX tape with? Face-wise, I think it's Taya. Taya Boom. She's, let me think. Face-wise? Oh no, this girl I call Angel Ears. God, she was so pretty. God damn. She was gorgeous. Angel Ears, yeah. They're from the same neighborhood too. Yeah, Angel Ears. Damn, that's a good ass question. Maybe Angel Ears. She was so, I loved her face so much. And some of the Asians were really cute. But when it comes to pretty, not just cute, or hottest, maybe Angel Ears. I really liked her face. Oh no, and this other girl I filmed with from the Cuties, her name is I called her Angel Face. God, she was good looking. All right, that's it. I'm pissed. He was buff. Is only the join VIP is crypto? Yeah, it's only crypto. I don't do it any other way. If that's too much, just go to Clips for Sale. Go to everything's on Clips for Sale. I don't think 95% of everything's on Clips for Sale. Like, it's right there, Clips for Sale. I don't know how long I should cook this. I guess I want it dark, keeping it real with my meat. Pause. Where's my, let's use this. Or not. You saw that picture of my father? I don't think I saw a picture of your dad. How do we exit the you made in Russia and Europe? I don't really sell those anymore. Those old times. Yeah, I paused it. Do you think models contact you or you contact them? I contact them. I don't never model. In Russia, they contacted me. Outside of Russia, I contact them. For some reason, my wife will never let me go to Russia again. I wonder why. This is the longest live I've done in a long ass time. No Diddy. You are blessed. Pause. All these flies. Did girls ever tell other girls about you, which brought? No, the opposite. You just meat, no carbs. No, there's carbs too. Pause. Sorry for pausing all the time, but I have to. You just said I'm meat and no carbs. No, in certain Asian countries, when they tell girls that I have what I have, the other Asian girls are scared to do anything. Do you think the number Sophie Rain gives are fake? Yeah, I saw the interview. I don't know. I have no idea. But either way, she's making more money than all the guys who are saying she's not making that much. So she's making a good amount. How long has the love been going for? Has the love been going for? If you mean my relationship, maybe 10 years. You eat meat, typo. Sorry, okay. Oh, this live, 2 hours. It originally was me talking about people saying, it was originally started because I wanted to comment on people who say things like, if I was a girl, I'd be making more money, or if I was this, or if I was that. And I was just saying, that's bullshit. A lot of people think that, but it's not true. Because you, whoever's watching this video, I don't care who you are, if you're watching this video, there's somebody somewhere in the world that wishes they were you. And they're saying the same thing about you. And odds are, you're just average or barely even above it. So what I'm basically saying is, if you're a person who say, I wish I was this, I wish I was that, even if you were that, you wouldn't be much special because you'd still have your character. And you don't have the character to be something up there, or you haven't discovered it yet. So it's like guys saying, if I was a sexy girl, I'd just make an OnlyFans and be rich. But in real life, they're broke. I'm like, dude, you're a grown-ass man and you make less money than an average man. You're 40 years old. Why don't you have enough money, as much money as the average American, for example? So basically, if you're a hot chick, you'd be the same thing. You'd be subpar, you'd probably gain weight, have children early, and your pay probably wouldn't go anywhere. It's your character. Because she could be a woman and say, man, if I was a man, I'd be rich. Look at how all the best business people in the world are men. She could say the same thing. It's you. It doesn't matter who you are. It's you and your character that makes you you. And if you can't take advantage of yourself, that's your problem. All right. You know what? We're going to do a little longer. A little longer. I don't trust it. We're going to do a little longer. They are on outside looking in. Yes. I wanted to learn Russian, but I have to reach the conflict. I feel like could the Russian girls handle you? Sophie Rain fake. Sophie Rain is so good looking. I thought she was fake. God damn, she's sexy. Woo! You know what I hope happens one day? I hope one day Taya Boom gets really famous and she has an autograph signing. And keep in mind, we haven't seen each other maybe a year and a half. But if she gets famous, let's say 2 years from now, she'll have like an autograph signing and I go there and no one knows it's me. I don't show my face. Only people on this YouTube channel. So I'll go up like, hi, my name is, Phil. What's your name? And she'll be like, oh my God. I'm like, yep. Her security be like, what? Is it okay to hug him? I'm like, yeah, she can hug me. She's done a lot more. Ha! 5 drugs, all drugs. That's the one with the braids. If it's her friend, drugs. No, I like Sophie Rain. And her body. Rain mid. I mean, everyone has their opinions. I think she's hot as fuck. Just write into Google Taya Bo. A lot of things are simpler than you think. Oh, her name is Debbie Botero. That's her actress name now. Debbie Botero. Okay. I have phone right here. Let's do this together. I don't know if you guys can see. Taya, boom. One word. Okay, that's CX videos, Debbie Botero, right there. Not Instagram. It's adult content, so it's right there. So I don't know what you looking at. Don't click on it. Tire. TAYABOOM. This one is going to be so damn tasty. Hold on. I want them all to have like this burnt flavor. Yeah, I want them all to have that burnt flavor. That's going to be tasty as shit. Well, that's. Oh, okay. She also claims to be a virgin. It's business. This is how I like my beef to look. I always put it in again at the end and just rub it in there so it gets that dark outer color. No, what's in? It was just business. She needed help. I needed help. We helped each other. Right, I made everything. All right. All right, so now I'm done cooking. She's done. You like your meat dark? Yeah, pause it. But yeah, I do. All right, that's enough for those questions. Doing other videos with a girl. Oh yeah. That girl was real fucking pretty. I like her a lot. I remember that. You're right. She brought me that girl. She was pretty as hell. Oh yeah, that was a real gorgeous girl. But of course she found the man and now she's out the business. But she was really pretty. Like when a girl's really pretty, they don't need a big butt. It doesn't matter where it is in the world. If she's really pretty, they want her. And in their country, they wanted her. She was really fucking pretty. I was shocked when she walked into the hotel. I was like, I wasn't expecting a girl that pretty. I was like, because usually girls bring girls who aren't as good looking as them. I guess competition reasons. But when she came in, I was like, she brought a girl who's better looking than her. Like I couldn't believe it. Let me just Where art thou? Yo, Fly, I swear to God. I swear to God, that was not the time, Fly. That was not the time, dude. Damn, this shit is just opening up. Damn, I didn't put enough oil on this bitch. Try not to touch it. Okay, this came out much better. Jesus. Alright, god damn. Alright. Hot. Okay, finished cooking. God damn. Alright, what did I miss? Yeah, everything seems so easy, but I chose we had to work to get there. Oh, Jesus. Wait. Were you the first guy type who ever did it? Yes, it was with me. A pretty face goes a long way. Pause. What city in Europe would you choose to live in if you had to pick for living work purposes? Budapest, Hungary. Except now they kind of hate Russians, which wouldn't be comfortable for my wife. But Budapest, Hungary. Where the fuck? How am I missing this cover? How do I lose these things? It should be impossible. Like it's so big. Oh, here it is. All right. Where is it about? What's it about Budapest? It's affordable, friendly, nice looking, affordable. I loved it. Okay, gotta make protein shake. And they're open to adult content out there. Alright, protein shake time. Do you see the Michael Jackson? No. Oh, the movie? Yeah, I didn't really care for it. I wish he actually had at least one biological male child. I wish he just did that. I really wish he did. No nephew, no. I wish you just had one biological male child. He doesn't have a biological child, dude. Don't start that. You're way too smart to believe something so dumb. All right. Wait, does anyone else think those are his biological children? What do you mean you never heard of this conspiracy theory? You guys think those are his biological children? Who thinks that in here? I just gotta know. Let me get my other phone. Where's my other phone? This is hilarious. Shit, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? Wow, I'm amazed. Well, two things. One, how I could lose my phone. And two, it's gotta be here. Come on, phone. Damn, how I lose my phone? I'm looking in the oven. Oh, here it is. All right. You guys think that's his biological children. She's very hot. You guys literally have issues. We're going to go one child by one child, okay? Michael Jackson's children. So you guys think this is his biological daughter. Name one feature that she has similar to her father. One feature. Let's find some other pictures. One feature, just one feature she has in common with her dad. Let me try to get the... Yeah, one feature, her mouth. Her mouth? Are you... Okay, hold on. Okay. Michael Jackson child photos. How the fuck does she have these lips? I'm asking for one feature similar to Michael Jackson that she has. One feature. One. Dude, they're not trolling. They're not trolling. They're dead serious. People actually believe that. I promise you they're not trolling. One. What do you mean he has small lips? Are you not looking at this? I'm not saying they're big, but those are not small lips. Are you out your mind? What are you talking about? Are we looking at the same picture? He did not have small lips. What do you mean? Small lips? Dude, they're serious. I swear to you, they're serious. I'm not saying they're big. I'm saying they're not small. That woman has small lips. These are not small lips. No one in the history of life ever looked at Michael Jackson and said, his lips are small. Are you kidding me? So you're saying all three of Of course not. What the fuck? Okay, but they have twins that the MJ genes lost against her wife that could... No, that's not how it works genetically. It's not how it works, especially 3 times in a row. You guys can't think for yourselves? Are you out your mind? I told you they're serious. I told you. 3 times in a row. Let's go to the next child. What's the other one? Michael Jackson children. Okay. Let's do this again. What? similarity does he have to Michael Jackson? At all. What trait? What? Where? Nothing. None of them not have one African feature. Nothing. Nothing. And they think these are his children. I don't know if it's our generation or just a lack when it comes to a knowledge of science, a basic understanding of science. To me, it's crazy. That's wild. He does not have Michael Jackson's nose, bro. Only thing in common they have with the nose is that it goes up a little bit. Let's look at Michael Jackson again. That is not Michael Jackson's nose, bro. That is not Michael Jackson's nose. The only thing in common it has is it goes up a little bit. That's it. Lots of noses do that. They do not have the same nose. This is crazy. Now let's go to the last one. Unbelievable. I told you they weren't joking. I told you they're dead serious. Come on, my dude. Are you kidding me? What feature does this dude have with Michael Jackson? It is sad. How does he look like Michael Jackson even a little bit? Are you guys looking at this? What feature? Yo, that's hilarious. You guys gotta be kidding me. Let's do something even more. This is Blanket right here. What do me and Blanket have in common? Like seriously, I'm not even being funny. Would you believe Blanket was my child? They are comparing the kids to the plastic surgery version. If they're doing that, they're idiots. And I'm not being mean. If you're comparing the children to how Michael Jackson looked after his surgery, you are a fucking idiot. And I don't mean to be weird or rude, but you cannot be an adult thinking that way. You can't be that dumb. You can't think getting a surgery changes your genetics. You cannot be that naive, bro. So let's keep going. I'm just ignore that. I don't think they think that. They don't think that. What do we have in common? Would you believe this is my child? Would you believe this is my child? If you can't believe this is my child, there's no reason to think it's Michael Jackson's child. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You're out of your minds. In that case, anyone who gets a surgery, yo, I'm sorry, but 3 times, people, 3 times. And somebody said they have brown eyes. Brown eyes are the dominant gene color when it comes to eyes. It's the dominant. So odds are when a brown-eyed, first of all, if a brown-eyed person has a baby with a blue-eyed person, and that brown-eyed person has no capital B blue-eyed genetics in his bloodline, the eyes are going to be brown, period, point blank. In order for there to be any decent chance of them to have a blue-eyed baby, that brown person has to have at least one blue-eyed genetic in him. If he doesn't have it, it's not happening. Brown eyes are the dominant trait when it comes to eye color. So saying they have brown eyes means nothing. That's ridiculous. Okay, his children also have vitiligo. That's what they look like. I'm done. I don't know if that's a joke or not. But when it comes to Michael Jackson, Bishop, I'm telling you, when it comes to Michael Jackson, they're not joking. I think what Vampire just said, he's not joking. He's not joking. Why would a blue-eyed white woman have a brown-eyed child? If the father has brown eyes, genius, what do you mean? What are you talking about? You don't know what dominant genetics are? What the fuck are they talking about? Vitiligo. Now, vitiligo is the reason. So let me ask you guys something. Did vitiligo make his nose so skinny? Did vitiligo make his hair so straight? So, yo, I'm not trying to be a dick. So vitiligo makes your skin white and gives you European features too. Got it. That's what vitiligo does. I don't know if if you're playing because people get crazy over this Michael Jackson stuff, and it's so weird. All right, there's nothing more I can say. If you guys think that, you just think that. To be fair, my own mind thinks this. I think black people love MJ so much they don't want to accept black man intentionally adopted white kids. Well, that could be it. But my thing is like this. It doesn't matter at the end of the day whether they're biologically his or not. I don't think it matters. They had a great father, that's awesome. But scientifically speaking, to think that, you're definitely not a person of science in any form of fashion. Zero. That tells me right there. If you think that shit, you think those are his kids, you're out of your fucking mind. Scientifically speaking. But outside of that, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Joel had a baby with another person, another white person. So they don't want to accept that he had our relationship with kids. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't know what happened behind closed doors because I wasn't there, and there's no science I can use to back it up. But green-eyed and blue-eyed genetics are different. They're different. They're not the same genetics. Also, if and green eyes don't come from white people, by the way. So if you're trying to say he had white in him because he had green eyes, you're wrong. Green-eyed genetics do not come from Europe. Blue-eyed genetics come from Europe. Green-eyed genetics come from the Middle East. So you might want to look these things up before you talk about it. What was I saying? Fuck. I forgot what I was saying. But Jesus Christ. That shit is crazy. But anyway, I'm almost out of here. I'm almost done. But I got to see what you guys say last before I get out of here. Most African Americans got some white DNA in them. Yeah, of course. Let's see how black your babies are going to be. They'll at least have one feature like me, and they'll have skin color. And their hair won't be straight. I can guarantee you that. Green-eyed genetics are blue and brown eyes mixed together. No, that's not true. That's not true. It's a mutation mix of the two. It's not a mutation mix of the two. Let me double check. Because they evolve separately. Let me go see what I'm talking about. All right, let's go to ChatGPT. Now, where did green-eyed genetics in humans originate and how? Let's see. I could be wrong. But let's find out. Okay. The genetic variation arose ancient population Europe and Western Asia throughout years ago. Unlike blue eyes, scientists have not identified a single green-eye mutation that came from one ancestor. Instead, green eyes results from an interaction of several genes that affect melanin pigmentation production in the iris. So it's not a mixture of blue eyes. It's separate. They know exactly where the blue eye gene came from. They don't know exactly where the green eye gene came from. It's not European. It's Asia. It's Europe. And Asia includes parts of places that we call the Middle East, like India as well. That's Asia. So it's not from blue eyes. It doesn't mean it's from white people. It's separate. It's not a mix of blue and green. It's separate. ChatGPT right here. That's why I laugh when people, every good-eyed person has blue. No, they don't. Are you not looking it up? I just read it to you. It's separate. That's why I thought when people say black people who date out are going to breed out their genetics. It doesn't work that way. It actually, if anything, when a white person has a baby with a brown person, they're killing the white genetics because they're, what's the word I'm looking for? Those genes are recessive. Those are recessive genes. Blonde hair, blue eyes, they're recessive. So they're going to be killed out by the darker genes. They're not MJ's kids then. I don't know who the fuck kids they are. I just know they're not his. Biologically, I don't know. ChatGPT isn't perfect for facts, I should add. But ChatGPT is great for the general understanding because you don't have one. You don't have a general understanding of something as basic as green eyes. You think it's blue and brown. That's not how it works. It's separate. He most likely used a sperm donor. Yeah, probably. I think he just, I don't know, and I don't care. I just know they're not his kids, but I think he doesn't like looking like his father. Because he seems to really not like his father. And even when I look in the mirror sometimes, I see my dad. And if I hated my father, I wouldn't want to see that either. And I'm sure he didn't want to see that in his children. He didn't want them to remind him of his father. So he adopted white children. That's just what I think. Because he hated his dad so much. Her Spider said they're using us to prolong their life on this planet. They're using us to prolong their life. Okay? People are weird. They need Jerry Springer the fuck. Nah, just leave him alone. I'm just speaking from a scientific point of view. It's ridiculous to think that. But if you think it, whatever. Not everyone's into science. A lot of people believe loves them. So not everyone's into science at all. I am. So I'm not going to sit here and just take green eyes or a mixture of blue and brown. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Those mixed race children to have other white babies. Okay, yeah. I think this conversation's done. Think about it. Too much of a coincidence. The black guy who happens to have vertigo, who happens to get plastic surgery, to get European features, also has... Bro, you're too logical. You need to stop it, Bishop. You need to stop it. You're too logical. You need to cut it out. He got vitiligo. This is what happened. Right? I'm going to just be honest. This is what happened. Michael Jackson got vitiligo. And it took over his whole body really fast. Like that. One day he was brown, next day, white. Then he hit his nose, so he had to get it changed, and it became straight. Then he burned his hair, and his hair became straight. Then he even changed his jawline, so it could look more European, just because it would match everything else. And he didn't want to look this way, but he just looked that way. Then unfortunately, he had kids, and every child, when they were born as babies, hit their head, burned their hair, and they got white features, and got vitiligo like that. It just happens, you know. Most people date. You could date. There's no such thing as their own. I understand in cultures we say these are your. There's no such thing. Human beings are one species. If you can procreate, they're your women too. There's no such thing as ours or theirs. It's how poor people argue and how the government keeps people divided so they can fucking not become one. This race shit is stupid. And most people don't even understand it in the first place. They think Michael Jackson's children are biologically his. And they're the ones that want to talk about race. Stop it. Stop it. Let's see. He taught to hate blackness. It could be. Those are MJ's kids and OJ didn't do it. I think OJ had a part in it. Okay, no, he definitely did it. But I don't know if he did it alone, to be honest. But he's dead, dude. I can snitch. He did it. Snitching, right? Right, Mook? Yeah. I think he did it. But he got away with it. Michael Jackson, if you believe that. All right, I'll accept it. Michael Jackson didn't become white overnight. All right, I'll just leave it. I don't know what to say. Mark Furman did it. Mark Furman, how is that motherfucker still alive? How did he not go to prison? That bothers me when I go to sleep. But how the fuck is Mark Furman not... Whatever. Mark Furman, you know what? To be honest, white people need... white people. Any black person who was happy that OJ got off, they need to thank Mark Furman. So I think without Mark Furman, that wouldn't have happened. Without Mark Furman, he would have been found guilty. But Mark Furman fucked No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I don't know if you're talking about Mark Furman or OJ. Did Mark Furman from the OJ case die? Oh shit, he died. I didn't know. He just died last month. I'm going to celebrate that on Facebook. Thanks, man. Good looking out. I didn't even know. I didn't know Mark Furman died. Oh, I can't wait to put this on Instagram. Resting. What do people say when they... Oh, I'm going to say I'm smoking that Furman pack. Oh, yeah. I'm going to smoke that Furman pack. I'll be smoking that shit. Mark Furman. Okay, you don't know him. But yeah, I'm going to be smoking that Furman pack. I didn't know he died. Fuck yeah. Why didn't nobody tell me? Fuck Mark Furman. Rest in shit, rest in piss. One of the worst individuals to ever live, and I'm angry they didn't arrest his ass. Unbelievable. Yeah, rest in piss. All right, because I've never celebrated a death before. But, well, I'm not really celebrating a death because he still did what the fuck he did. But I'm going to use this as an opportunity to bring it up again and let people know how much I hate him and how things need to be changed in this country, how a police officer could get away with shit like that and not go to prison for the rest of his fucking life is wild. I don't give a fuck that he was racist. I don't care about none of that. I care about the actions he committed towards innocent people because of how he felt. That's fucked up. How he was able to go, okay, have a career. Right? That's crazy. And make money? That shit's crazy. Nah, man. That's why I don't believe in gangsters and all this shit we have. How we got all these gangsters and shit? They're so quick to kill other black people, but you got a dude over here who self-admitted in LA was beating up innocent women, children, and men, innocent, making them bleed, terrorizing them as a police officer, and no one does nothing to him. And there's so many gangsters in LA. Man, get out of here. Ain't no fucking gangsters. All these gangsters, all they ever do is take advantage of innocent fucking people who can't fight back. That's all they fucking do. Unbelievable. Ain't no fucking gangsters. Michael Skin. Oh my God, he's still on the Michael Jackson thing. That's America for you. I feel you on that one because that is really fucked up. I can't deny it. Looked pretty dark in the 70s. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say. But that's crazy. Mark Furman died. Rest in shit. Rest in piss. I might risk going to his grave, throwing something on it, and getting arrested. Fuck Mark Furman. Like, that shit pissed me off. And I should really be mad at the system because he got to get away with that stuff as a police officer. And I know it ain't just me. I don't know if you guys watch Chris Hansen, but Chris Hansen, you know Chris Hansen, Catching Pedophiles, he's usually calm, cool, and collected. You know, he's like, yo, why would you do this? You do this, that's wrong, the children. You know the one time fucking Chris Hansen went crazy? Let me see if I can find the clip. He spazzed out, and you know who it was on? It was on a police officer. It looked like Chris Hansen was about to swing on him. Hold on, let me find this clip. Everybody in the chat was like, Chris Hansen's about to swing. That's crazy. Let me see. Chris Hansen, police. Wait, was he? Okay, he was a police officer, but he was a deputy or something? Here it is. Here it is. Let me find it. Yo, he was about to swing on this nigga.
So he's moving.
Let me find it. Okay, I see how. Okay, you guys can't see it, but you can see how when it shows you what people watch. I'm gonna show you when Chris spazzes out on this dude. Let's watch this. All right, let me see. There's got to be the part.
Lieutenant.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
Do you have any sense of the trouble you are in? As a law enforcement officer, as a lieutenant, you must know you're in big trouble.
I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
Nothing. What are we going to find on your phone, on your computers?
Again, I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
Are you sorry at all about this?
I'm not answering any questions so I can speak to an attorney.
All right, Matt. Lieutenant, the folks here with the Harford County
Oh shit, did I miss it?
From here.
Where did he spaz out?
Heads of state of Israel, Ireland, Japan, you say?
Shit, I might have missed it. Hold on.
Organizing.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. I passed it.
Should we be worried that a guy who committed a crime like this today, who acted the way
I want to
acted
find the
today
short.
over
Where's the
last
short?
month is in charge
Let's
of
find the
something so
short.
important? Such a critical security matter? And now you sit there in handcuffs?
Fuck. Okay, this should be it. Hold on. Here it is.
You sent him pictures from your office at the Metropolitan Washington, D.C. Police Department. Right? On your couch. Your fold-out couch at your office. As a lieutenant with the Metro PD. You proud of yourself?
I'm not going to answer any questions so I can...
Are you proud of yourself?
Attorney.
So that leads me to another question, Lieutenant.
They kind of cut it. A little bit because he bangs on the table and everything. They kind of cut it, but he went off on this lieutenant. And I've been watching Chris Hansen for, my God, maybe 22 years. I've never seen him yell at anybody. He went off on that lieutenant. He was like, as a lieutenant. And he was like banging on the table. I was like, swing, Chris. swing, but he didn't swing. Do you remember Chris Dorner, the black LAPD officer who was sent on the... Oh, I remember that. Yup. When you fuck with people, they respond. That's all I'm gonna say about that. He was a PDF. Yeah, he was a PDF. He actually looks pretty intimidating now that he doesn't wear the suit. A little bit, but he's usually like the thing that makes Chris so cool is that he's so calm and collected. You know, he's like, why would you do this? You know, his monotone voice and stuff like that. But it's rare to see him yell and bang on a table. But a lot of people were angry. That dude used to do bodyguard for the president. Like, he's a real important person. He's out here trying to fuck children. So Chris went off. That video got a lot of views. And there's another funny new one. This Arabic guy came over. He went crazy, started hitting himself in the face, screaming and crying, on his knees begging Chris. There was a black guy who pulled out a gun like an idiot. He didn't pull it out and point it at Chris. The police said, do you have a gun on you? And instead of putting his hands up and letting them take it, he takes the gun out and puts it on the table. A loaded gun in his hand and puts it, it was a black dude, takes it out, puts it on the table. And everyone's like, oh, are you stupid? He was like, what? Like, Chris Hansen is helping to save a lot of lives, but unfortunately he can't save them all. He can't save them all. There's always going to be pedos out there. There's always going to be pedos, man. Always. And reducing the number is better than doing nothing. Reducing as much as you can is better than just standing by. And I forgot the number, but something like 1 out of every 5 dudes are or is an attempting pedo. So either like they've done it or they're trying to do it or they want to do it. And that scares the fuck out of me. So that scares the fuck out of me because you never know. It is sad. And you never know. Like you never know. Like it's not like clues or shit you get. You know, and you know what the scariest part about it is? The people, they almost never catch women. Women are predators like less than 1% of the time sexually. But when they do these things, they're not catching a lot of them. They're only catching the dumb ones. Of course, there's people that don't act on it. And that's what they're supposed to do, not act on it. But they catch the dumb ones. They catch the ones who are stupid enough to go to the little girl's house. They don't catch most of them who don't do it that way. They do it to people they know the parents of. They do it to the kids who are brought to church. They do it to children who are close to them, not just random off the internet. Those are the dumb ones. So that's scary. The vast majority of them will never get caught because they're not stupid like that. They know how to keep it within their circle. And that's scary as fuck. Uncles and shit. Scary as fuck. You don't have to answer this. If we had a study that said a kid corn stopped guys from actually doing it in real life, no, I wouldn't be in favor of it. That is a very strange question. That is weird as fuck. That is beyond weird. That is beyond weird. You might want to delete that yourself. They might delete your account for that. I'm not even joking. Delete that. I don't want to delete it because I want them to think I have a problem with you. You might want to delete that yourself. That's crazy. Let me explain something in response to that comment. I remember they had a debate. It was with the atheist dude. They had a debate. And they were bringing up Islam. Oh, serious debate. Okay, put any link or something of this debate. I want to go see who's having this debate. I would love to hear that debate because that sounds absolutely wild. If that's a debate, that's very interesting because I don't see what the fuck the debate is. You don't rape children to please people. What do you mean? Doesn't matter. It's crazy. I gotta see who's debating that. Please show me let us know the name of a debate. I would love to know who's debating that. Do you think they should make AI robots? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The point is you leave children alone. You do not mix them in any way with adult content. That's why it's called adult content. If guys are attracted to children, what they need to do is go get help. And if that help doesn't work, they need to just separate themselves from children, period. And of course, there's things they're able to do. They could just go on Instagram. You don't go on TikTok? They just enjoy themselves there, and I'm sure they do. There's no reason to involve the images of children in any way in adult imagery to make pedos happy. Fuck that. They need to figure that shit out on their own if the counseling doesn't work and whatever the fuck else. And I think tax dollars should pay for that. If you somebody who has unhealthy sexual attraction to children, I'm more than happy to put in my part to make sure you got a counselor to go to try to help you with that shit, and you get put on some kind of registry and they move you away from children. Everyone wins. Everyone wins in that case. But making child porn is not a fucking solution to shit. And I gotta see who's having that debate. I gotta see one of these links and see who these people are having that crazy ass, wild ass, dumb ass debate. That's a stupid debate, and I gotta know who's having it. But back to what I was saying before, they were debating with an atheist, and they were talking about Islam, and they said something like, Islam is a bad religion because one of them married like a 9-year-old or something like that. And I was surprised that the atheist tried to use that. I think they are saying that fake porn can decrease the likelihood of guys doing it. Already exists in the internet. No. I don't know. It doesn't matter whether it's real children or the imagery of children. You don't mix children with adult content, period. Doesn't matter. If they got unhealthy urges, they have issues and they need to get it solved. And if they can't solve it, they need to be separated. There's no other way to put it. Fuck the imagery. We're not going to start an industry making fake child porn to make people happy. Fuck that. That's crazy. No. Absolutely not. There's no debate. And still, send me the debate. I got to see who's having this debate. Fuck that. What I mean, it's not going to decrease the chance of them doing it. It's going to make it more popular. And even if it decreases the chance of doing it, it doesn't make it right to fucking do it. If you want to decrease the chance of doing it, there's smarter ways of doing it, like stricter punishment. They don't get strict enough punishment. Why are they not castrated? For what fucking reason? You're trying to fuck a child, especially under the age of 13, and you're not castrated once you're caught and found guilty? How about that? How about lifetime imprisonment, castration, and you're not separated from general population? How's that for a solution? No images of child porn, and the rest of your life is going to be fucked, literally. How does that sound? I bet you they slow down then. But people don't think like that. It's like they don't care. Who's going to fess up? It's not about fessing up. You catch them. They don't have to fess up. You catch them. And it's not that hard to catch them. It's not that hard. The dumb ones is easy. The smart ones is harder. You just got to teach your kids a little better about, as a parent, you got to make sure your kids know that they should be able to tell you every and anything. Not even God is more powerful than you. Your children should look at you as more powerful than God. Because in churches, they use that God shit against them sometimes. So a priest can molest a boy and say, if you tell anyone, God will be angry. But if you taught your kids right, the kid will say, fuck that, my mom is more powerful than God. God can't whip my ass, but she can. I'm telling her. You got to teach your kids that you're more powerful than God. Because that's how a lot of those secrets are kept. Make sure your kids know that you as a parent can know every and anything. Doesn't matter who the fuck it is. You got to teach them that. The vast majority of these perverts ain't going to admit it. It's not about admitting it. It's about catching them. How many secret perverts there are and you don't know? I agree. I don't know what you're trying to say. But what was I saying? Right. So they brought up that they're basically saying Islam is bad because one of the dudes in the book married a 9-year-old. And I thought that was a weak argument. Because I'm like, logically speaking, and if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but the Quran was made how long ago? Like 1,500 years ago, something like that? Let me see. When it was made. When was the Quran created? Okay, around 610. So 2,000 years ago, whatever the fuck, right? 1,500, something like that, right? That's when that book was made. Everybody was doing that at that time. It was way more normal at that time. Do you know the age in which humans lived at that time? If you made it to 9, you were already almost halfway to the end of your life. And I'll give an example of this. You guys are American, right? Let me ask you this. What was the lowest age of consent in the United States of America when it was founded in 1776? Now, the Quran was 1,500 years ago. America was founded, what, 500 years ago? What was the lowest age of consent in the United States of America when it was discovered? Or made. I don't want to say discovered. But what was the age of consent? The lowest especially. Because if you don't know, I'll tell you. It was ages 6 to 9 years old. 6 to 9 years old. This was 500 years ago. The Quran was 1,500 years ago when people died even sooner. So understand what you're talking about before you just criticize it. That's an old book. There was an age of consent. You can look it up. In Delaware, it was 6 years old, but most states had 9. It was a different fucking time, people. It was a different time. People died much sooner. One thing I think people don't understand about science is a lot of you are here because of science. The vast majority of us wouldn't have made it past 30. Naturally, sort of say, we're not supposed to be here past 30. We're done. You're supposed to be finished. You're not supposed to be old and wrinkly. You wouldn't make it in a while. Not that I'm more powerful than God. Just say, no, say you're more powerful than God. Your children need to understand that. Don't hit you. No, you're more powerful than God. Trust me on that. There's almost nothing worse than having a child who's getting molested. Fuck that shit. You're more powerful than God. Make sure your kids know that. Because if they know that and they understand that, no matter what, you're the most powerful thing in their life, they'll tell you anything. They'll fear you, love you, but you have to be number one. You and your wife, or girlfriend, or baby mama. Change whether Islam is good. You can say both are bad. That doesn't make sense, logically. Because if you're saying Islam is bad, then you're saying the world is bad. Because that's what was happening at that time. It's like if you're going to pick out Islam for doing something that everyone was doing at that time, then every religion's bad. Only difference is Islam has it in their book for what was happening at that time. The book isn't saying do this. The book is saying this is what he did at this time. And that was normal at that time. So I don't understand how that makes Islam look bad when everyone was doing it. That's what I'm saying. It was normal at that time. So if anything, it doesn't make it good or bad. It makes it normal for the time it was made. It's just normal. A lot of kids don't need God to keep molestation to their self. Yeah, they need... I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's what I got to say about the Islam thing. I think people bring that up about Islam is because they don't understand the history of humankind. If I say killing animals is bad, and you say everyone kills animals, dude, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, and you're a logical dude. I got to make sure I'm explaining this right. What I'm saying is, a person picked out Islam, and he was saying it's bad, and one of the examples he gave for it being bad was that somebody in the book was with a 9-year-old. And that makes Islam bad. That's a logical fallacy. It doesn't make sense because everybody was doing that at that time. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it was reality. I'm not giving moral right or wrong. But how can you call something wrong when it was something that was being done normally in nature for human beings? That's what I'm saying. It's what they do. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. But it's like me saying, you walk to the store every day. That's bad. Like, everyone, it's normal for people to walk to the fucking store. It's normal for this time. Or if I hire a girl to work for me, oh, that's bad. You making this girl, I'm not making her do it. She signed a contract. But still, you're not her slave master. I know she signed it, but you shouldn't do that. You should just give her money because she's a girl. Like, I don't get what, because I'm not giving a moral judgment on good or bad. I'm giving it as normal for the time it was happening. That's it. I'm not saying right or wrong. I think this is your longest live. Yeah, it might be almost 3 hours. Just tell till their adult years. It's a messed up version of reality. But yes, that was right. It was normal. So how are you going to pick out Islam and say it's bad? That doesn't make sense. It was normal at the time. It's just how it was. What the fuck? I'm supposed to go back in the past, like, fuck you guys. It was fucking normal. People were dying at 25. The fuck? Now you're young at 25. Science. It improves our longevity. So a 9-year-old was looked at way differently than a 9-year-old is now by most people. At least normal people. Okay, I hope I explained that one well. Because I know he's a smart-ass dude. I didn't want to try to make it seem like... I was making sure I was just explaining it right. What else did I want to say? But yeah, I thought that was a bad argument on his part, trying to make Islam look bad for that. Now, if they were saying that in the book that you should do this, and everyone should do this all the time, then I would agree it's bad because this is a different time and people shouldn't do that now. But at that time, that was very different. Some people get uncomfortable with facts, as if you speak on a fact, as if you're saying you agree with it. Right. I'm just speaking. This is the smartest you've ever been, Chef. Mook, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it because I'm trying to be a dick, or I like it. Can anyone say it was ever bad? No! I've said many times, in reality, there's no such thing as good or bad. It's based on the culture. There's no such thing as right or wrong. It's based on the culture. Period. That's throughout the universe. There's no such thing as right or wrong. Because even right now, you can say, I know this is wrong, and then I give the other part of it, and another person says, no, that's right. Any situation you could think of, there's people on the other side who think differently. In reality, there's no such thing as right or wrong. There's things I don't like, and I'm willing to fight to change, but it's not just universally wrong. It could be morally wrong, and moral is based on a current day culture and normalcy. So there was a time where having slaves was normal in many places in the world. I'd be like, yo, I got 5 slaves. Oh, cool. How much they cost? Nowadays, I got 5 slaves. What? I'm calling the police. It depends on the culture and the time. People don't get to choose what's right and wrong. It's just reality. You just kind of got to deal with it, you know? I mean, you don't got to deal with it. Why is this so hot? But it's just, people live under the delusion that they can say what's right and wrong, like universally, and it doesn't go that way. It's just not reality. You'd be living in a fantasy world if you think you know what's right and wrong. It's just not true. Moral relativism. Yeah, moral relativism, yeah. Even though it's before I've had a conversation about domestic violence, they don't think... You guys make me talk about things I want to talk about, but to be honest, look, in my opinion, it is going to sound crazy, I said it before, if a married couple, whatever a married couple does to each other, I think it shouldn't be illegal. You married each other, you promised your lives to each other, and in my opinion, whatever you do to each other is what you do to each other. It's like doing it to yourself. That's just how I feel. So if I know a couple's married and I see something crazy happening in the street, I'm minding my business. That's her husband, that's his wife, whatever. I'm minding my business. They're married. Not like going out on a date or something. I mean married. They promise, share their lives together. Share it. When he's in the mood to slam dunk your face, share it. You signed up for that. That's how I feel. So I don't care about when they're married. Now, if they're divorced or O.J. Simpson, ex-wife, that's different. When you're married, I don't care. Like I just don't care. Like you married that person. I just can't feel bad. You married that person voluntarily. You did it. You chose this mother effer. Man and woman. Men be complaining about women taking their money. You chose her. You chose that woman. He uppercutted me. You picked him. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. My own mother. If my dad was giving her some elbows, if he was doing the little Chris to my mother, throw them bows, well, congratulations. That's who you picked to be with. If he's dropping bows on you, well, you should have paid more attention to him before you married him. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I really, really believe this. Like, I believe it. Like, when I see men going to prison for raping their wife, I don't understand this culture. It's tough too because a lot of people will A lot of people want help after being abused, but still go back to the person later. I think if you're married, it's not abuse. It's self-abuse because you both own each other. I don't care what you do, especially behind closed doors. In public, that's different. I don't care what you do behind closed doors. You're married. You signed up for whatever he or she's going to do to you. You signed up for her taking half your stuff if you divorce. Congratulations, I don't care. Because no one forced you to marry anybody. There is a moral compass. Most of us know. No, you don't. It's tough to because no, you don't. You think you know, but you fucking don't. Everyone thinks they know what's right and what's fucking wrong. You don't. You're not special. No one knows. Everyone has an idea. People have things they're comfortable with, but you don't know. Like there's certain things that I know are bad that should be looked at as bad, but they don't bother me so much. Like when a hot teacher sleeps with her 15-year-old student, it doesn't bother me. Like the woman, like a hot woman teacher sleeps with a 15-year-old student. I don't care if she goes to prison. She goes to prison, good for her, great, goodbye. I don't care. You shouldn't be sleeping with children in the first place. But it doesn't bother me. Like I don't look at her like that bitch. I'm just like, she's kind of hot. I'd want to smash. That's just how I feel. But how I feel shouldn't take over the moral fabric of society. Adults shouldn't be sleeping with children, so yes, she should go to prison. Even though it doesn't bother me, she should go to prison. You understand? My feelings don't overtake reality. She should go to prison because that's child molestation. But it just doesn't bother me when a hot woman is sleeping with a student because all I'm thinking about is, why didn't that happen to me? Why couldn't I get that? A+ and ass? I would have been smashing my way to Harvard. Yeah, I'm pissed. I would have been banging my way to Harvard. I swear to God. Oh. All right, I'm gonna get blocked. Let me stop. I thought my shit just got cut off. Then a grown man sleeping. When it comes to the law, it's not different and it shouldn't be different. I'm not going to dispute that. But for my feelings, no. For my feelings, I don't look at it the same at all. But yes, they should both go to jail because society should be based on everybody and not my feelings. See, I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm saying what looks like it makes sense. And it makes sense for both of them to go to jail because you shouldn't be touching children. But I just don't feel that way. I don't feel that, like, the men, I despise them. But I don't despise the women. I'm just like, well, she crazy, whatever. I just wouldn't want to attack her or something. I just don't feel it. But I would call the police on her, like, this girl, come arrest her. She's doing bad things with students and she rejected me, so come arrest her. I'd get her arrested. But I'm not going to punch her in the face. Just shut up. You're right. Let me shut up. Yeah, because I'm definitely going to get blocked for this one. But anyway, guys, that was fun. Longest live I had in a long time. But yeah, thanks for talking. I'm not saying I approve. See, you don't pay attention. That's your problem. I didn't say I approve. You're not paying attention. It's not how you feel. It's what the fuck you do. I just said I'd call the police. I just said that. So how do I approve I'm going to call the police? Where's the logic? You see, like, what do you mean? You did perfect by saying, shut up, Phil. You were right. But then you just go and say something that makes no fucking sense, saying I approve when I said I would call the police. So how do I prove I'm calling the cops? I don't know if logic's not your strong point, but anyway. But yeah, that was fun, guys. Talked about a lot of shit. But yeah, I'm going to do this a little more often, especially when I do my legs. So I'm out, people. Later.